my imagination,
Yes.
and I've gone way off the deep end.
Hey,
Anyways,
one day
welcome one
Probably.
and
eventually.
all in one to another exciting Lost Ones here on Low Initiative.
Those intros are
Woo!
still corny. I love them.
What interest? What? Huh? Anyways, so take it away, Miki.
I don't know who this Amiki is.
Uh.
Okay, so I can't really think of anything other than Demon Series is back. Yay. That's all I can think about.
Uh, okay. Next.
Yay.
I mean, that was kind of it, yeah. And he beat the ever living shit out of the kid, and fixed Scale's leg, and then he's eating with us.
A star.
Sour.
Forgot I was muted. Um, they had to decide where they were going. Um, and Scales, or not Scales, yeah, Scales and Auntie helped A Star cut her hair, and then Auntie got her hair cut.
Auntie.
We're kind of going in reverse, so I guess
It's
before
all
we
over
got
the fucking place. Like,
like we started with Demon Series, then we rewound a bit. So rewinding even a bit more, the party was just got done dealing with the bandits and stuff, and went on a like 10-day long journey.
12-day, but sure.
And
That's
there's
why I
our
said
reverse intro.
lifetime. Yep, reverse intro.
But most importantly, Demon Series is alive. It's confirmed. Yay.
Okay. Yes. And a big part that you guys were missing was that Daemosaries was sent here by either Cord or an emissary of Cord as his duties as, the champion of Cord, as the hand of Cord. And he was instructed to just wait for you guys to arrive and test the metal of the kit. Yeah, and so we continue with you guys basically at the dinner table. Damon Sayers is getting fucking trashed. Scales, you're hiding underneath the table.
Also getting
Ba-
trashed.
yeah, also basically naked.
Yeah. She's embarrassed.
And everyone else is just kind of sitting around the table. So have at it.
If I can recall correctly, the very last thing that happened was he spelled out his name and gave the paper to Gestro, right? How was that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. And there was a weird like kiss
Yeah.
sound. I was like, what?
That's me muting myself.
There. Demosaries? Is that how you say it? Gestro says.
Yeah.
Ah, cool. What kind of what kind of thing would it be to try to guess the lineage of the name, Damon?
Give me just a generalized intelligence check.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Definitely not Elven. Definitely not. Like there, you could just kind of go down the list. It does kind of have almost like a dwarvish kind of giant-esque kind of sound to it, with the the sounds that the letters it uses, the spelling and stuff like that.
So
Maybe orcish.
there's a language behind it. It sounds very like a masculine kind of.
And because you did recognize the giant rune, you're kind of leaning towards giant/dwarvish, because those two also kind of look the same when it comes to the script.
Gotcha. Well, Gessler says, the name, it seems kind of familiar to me. Is it based on the giant?
It's just kind of shrugs. I don't know. It's just my name. It's what people call me. Well, used to call me. It's been a while since people have called me yet. And he like looks underneath the table, lifting up the tablecloth, staring at you, Scales. Large bearded face just poking under.
Skills just like looks at him, just a wide eyed as a snake could go. Like,
Are you gonna come out here, or you know?
she will slither up his leg and just sit.
Whoa. Okay then.
Well, she's still a person, right?
No, she's a snake.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah, she just like sticks her tongue out and do like various like tongue flicks. I imagine she's also wobbly because she's drunk.
Yes.
She's been drinking the auntie drink all evening, afternoon, whatever time of day it is now.
Yeah, Scales, you're pretty fucking drunk right now.
Yeah. Question, DM. Can I do a 50-50 roll?
No, you have to make an active decision.
That meant player me ain't drunk, so I can't. You know, it's difficult. In fact, you know, I'm hesitating, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna unshift on top of the emissary, so I'm like sitting on his lap.
Whoa.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Scales.
We've met.
Hi.
Hi.
Back into a snake.
Okay. Your friend's an odd drunk.
Don't worry, you get used to her.
Got it.
She seems fond of you, though. So that's nice, I guess.
That is very nice.
He hasn't bitten you yet.
He looks as soon as you
Unshift.
say
Do you
that,
want to be bitten? I can do that if you want.
well, like right before you unshift, he kind of looks alarmed because there's a snake in his crotch, and you're
Yeah.
talking about biting, and he goes like alarmed for a moment. And then she unshifts, and he's kind of surprised by that. And then you say that, he's like, "Well, I mean, you know, just not in anything tender."
She does it like on like the neck part.
Okay, roll the attack.
Yay!
It's disadvantage because she's drunk.
Yeah.
Disadvantage. I end up biting the tender parts.
I don't know.
Oh, nice. Not
whoa.
bad. 20.
Okay. It's funny because even if you got that nat 20, you still would have missed.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, technically, nat 20 is all out hit. But anyways, yeah, you bite into him, and you immediately realize there's like a moment where you're like, yeah. But then you think about it, you're like, and you like, kind of realize that your teeth are touching his skin, but they did not break the surface at fucking all.
She just looks at him like perplexed, puts her fans back in her mouth, and just starts, in this case now, gumming him like, You're really, really tough. Come on. That's
What do you mean, come
cheating.
on? I mean, I can't help it. I'm literally born this way.
You are? Ooh. I'm Scales.
Are you just gonna pat her on her head?
Yeah.
Like, just, like, raise an eyebrow to the rest of everyone? Like,
Go, sweetheart.
She's just nuzzling in the person.
just, no offense, my new scaled friend. I'm actually taken.
Sir?
He's married, Scales.
Sir?
Well, I have a promise with my lady that I'm only allowed to get with what I pay for.
Then pay. I don't mind.
Oh, I didn't know you, thought you were adventurers. I didn't know you also, practiced as a whore.
Yeah, first time for everything. Follow me, follow
You-
me.
Give
And
me,
she
give
just...
me, give me a persuasion check.
Yay. I'm good at persuasion. Actually,
Which
I'm
is
good at
gonna be a-
persuasion. Nice,
Which
I
is
didn't...
going to be a straight roll because you guys
23.
are both drunk.
Yeah.
Huh. Kind of like really thinks about it. Looks over to the side and like Scales, you see him like look over at like a pouch on the side of his like belt.
Mhm.
He's like, "Oh, I'm not doing anything else tonight," and he just starts picking you up and taking you out of the dining room.
She just has the biggest grin on her face. As she'll telepathically say to Damon, "Yay!"
Guess I was like very wide-eyed during the whole encounter.
Have fun, I guess. Telepathically.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna like walk out to the foyer and he's gonna basically like, so where do we go?
Why don't we go to my room? That way. And she points
Okay,
to it.
and I have to warn you before we engage in this.
Mm-hmm.
I've broken Minnie before.
That's only just gonna make her even more.
Okay, fair warning though.
Yeah.
He's just gonna, you guide him to your room,
Yeah.
and when he gets in there, he's gonna set you down on the bed and he's gonna pull out his pouch. And he's gonna be like, he's gonna look you up once and down. He's gonna look at his cordon pouch.
I would like to shiny up my scales to make them extra shiny.
Okay, so what do you cast?
I imagine I press a dissertation or something like that. Or minor illusion, one of the two.
As soon as he sees you use magic, he's like, "Oh yeah, you use magic." So he grabs a few more coins,
Yeah.
and he sets a stack of coins next to your on one of your tables.
Okay.
Are you gonna right now see how many coins he put down?
Yeah.
Okay. He put down 120 gold.
Yes. Okay.
Put the pouch back down, and yeah, he starts undoing his armor and stuff like that. And you guys have a very exhaustive evening. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
That reminds me, I'm already exhausted, so this is probably a disadvantage as well. I think.
Yes, all of this is at disadvantage
Mm,
Yay!
because I can see how
Oh,
much
wow.
damage.
Nice, I am doing good.
Taking it like a chef.
Well, I'm not done yet.
I know you're not done yet. He's already
I also need you to roll me a strength saving throw.
Oh.
I'm sorry, he's a very
I
large,
know.
strong, drunk man.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Six?
Yeah.
Six, yeah.
That's not a
yeah.
natural
Yeah.
one.
Okay,
mhm.
you don't take full damage
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, figured.
because of your Constitution saving throw.
Yay.
I'm not gonna worry about dealing the damage because you're technically gonna have a rest after this. Just know you're gonna be sore the next few days.
That's okay. That's okay.
I can't believe she just got her half movement speed fixed and now it's back.
Yeah. The next day you're at speed again.
Wait, what? Sorry?
For the next day you're moving at half speed again.
That's fine. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, because every once in a while he'll like go to like move you around or reposition, and it's just like he tosses you, moves you around. Like it's kind of scary at a couple points, honestly. Like his strength is scary. Yeah, but you have a wonderful, exhaustive evening, and go ahead and write 120 gold in your inventory.
Yes. The party will thank me later.
I mean, yeah, she's just got your guys' first major source of income.
I don't know if I'm okay with this sweat money. I mean, thank you? Question mark?
I mean, to be fair, he's fine with it. So
You also
And
don't
she's
know.
fine
If,
with that too.
yeah, you also don't know how much. You may never know.
Okay, so as that
Somebody will thank me later. Never tells them.
Yeah.
yeah, so as that is happening, what's the rest of you guys doing at the dinner table?
So I assume after they are,
Yeah,
out-
they just like left.
A-Star's just gonna start laughing her ass off.
Yeah, I guess we're like, well, I guess her night's spoken for.
I didn't think Scales would pull it off, talking about how devoted he was, but like, damn.
She has
She
her
pulled it
ways.
off.
I'm just surprised she let him call her a whore.
Yeah, I'm also
Think-
surprised by that too.
I think that might be the inebriation there.
Yeah, probably.
Mm.
Get enough
mean-
alcohol in a girl, she'll let you do whatever you want.
Kid's face goes fucking red.
Oh yeah, that was like a hint, nudge, nudge.
To look to the kid and be like, keep in mind to make sure you get the consent before you drink.
In fact, I think I need a drink. He's just gonna reach over and just grab whatever. You know what? I'll just roll the fucking D4 because he's nervous and not looking.
Castro was just doing a light chuckle.
Shit.
Do you grab the Yantine wine?
Yes.
Yes.
Luckily,
Does Acer see what he grabs?
yes.
Oh, by the way, did Acer actually try it yet? Because I don't think she has.
Nope.
Nope, but she could cast protection from poison, right?
Yes.
Oh, nope, I didn't put it in there. Nope, I can't. I was supposed to, but I didn't. Never mind.
Okay, so he's gonna use his adaptive shield to resist the damage.
Is he? I mean, he is trying to drink.
I hope that was not with it.
Okay, so luckily, so he only takes 3 points of damage.
Best drink ever.
He's like, oh, oh, oh,
I think that was the Yanti one.
yeah, I see that. He coughs and there's like a little bit of blood in the drink in his hand. He's like, oh dear.
Maybe
Um,
not that one, sweetheart.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a one and done kind of drink.
whoa.
Speaking of one and done, I think I'll have a shot of that.
He starts hiccuping.
How much did you drink there, Damon?
He had a really big swig. But you know how this stuff goes. It doesn't take much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Damon, are you drunk?
I'm not as thunked as you stink I am.
Yes, he is.
That'd be a yes.
That's very much a yes. I was going to tell you that maybe you should ask him to train with you in the morning, considering Scouse is going to make him very happy tonight. But
I
you're
can do that.
you're going to have a hangover.
Nah, it'll be fine. You could just boop me and I'll be all better.
I can just boop you and you'll be all better.
Yeah.
Oh, is that my
Oh.
boop you?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look at them and go, do you two need a room now?
Not when he's drunk like this, I won't remember it.
Fair enough.
I have a good memory, thank you very much.
I'd like you to be fully conscious fast, Damon.
Boop me, please, then.
I mean, if you're not going to be doing those explicit activities, could just enjoy the inebriation with us. I mean, you haven't had a chance to drink this yet.
I mean, I haven't.
I would just
Oh.
recommend a shot, not a full swig like he did.
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to do all shots together?
Why not?
Okay, fine.
Oh, before we get really drunk,
Mm.
You mentioned a really good idea this morning, Castro, about having us stab parts of our home with each other.
Actually, could you repeat that? I didn't hear that.
You mentioned a really great idea this morning about having us share parts of our home with each other. For food.
Oh, yeah, just kind of like a cultural day, kind of. Yeah.
Should we figure that out, or should we wait for Scouts?
Uh,
Think we would be waiting till morning.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely on that. But I imagine,
As the kid just burps, and there's just a blast of energy rupturing out of his mouth, blasting part of the wall and the table. And he just covers his mouth.
accidental discharge.
want
to try something. I just want to peek into the kid's brain and see what it's like when he's inebriated.
Real quick, because you guys have seen his, breath and stuff before.
Mm.
This is different.
How so?
Usually, it's just like a little blast of power.
Yeah.
This was a line.
A line?
Yes.
like a dragon.
Or, a wall or something,
Beam.
but yeah.
Hmm.
And
Well,
does about the same damage, but it just covers a more wider area, and kid's like surprised, holding his breath, like just, could you please boop me?
Sure. What would I have to boop him with?
I mean, lesser restoration works,
Oh, yeah.
removes the poison.
Yeah,
Also
sure.
just throw. We could also just throw him out of the carriage and bring him back in.
Then I'll grab him by the face, and I'm gonna kiss him on his cheek and cast Lesser Restoration.
Okay. His face goes red, melts a little bit, and just like returns the kiss. And he kind of afterwards he looks at you. Thank you. I already forgot. I'm not a good drunk.
Yeah, well, you also grabbed the strongest drink.
Yeah, I'm
No,
sorry. That
good.
was my fault. I forgot to get burpy and hiccupy.
Yeah.
To
you
be
mean
fair-
to grab that drink?
Okay, what was that? I had two people talking at once.
Did you mean to grab that drink?
No, I accidentally grabbed it.
Good to know.
So about what you were saying beforehand. Hot. I mean, ooh,
Look how that confidence you've had the past couple days.
Mm-hmm. Well, the comments you had a couple of minutes ago.
I mean, really?
I mean,
He's
to be
just
fair,
gonna-
that was liquid courage.
he's just gonna stare at all you guys say this. He's gonna look down, look at you, A-Star, and he's just gonna pick you up and walk out of the kitchen or dining room with you.
Have fun.
Where are we going? We're supposed
I
to
don't know. I'm just acting.
We're supposed to try the drink tonight, but I mean, probably should wait for Scal, shouldn't I?
I mean, probably. And let's be honest, like, if we don't do this now, yeah. Plus, I got beat up a lot today, and it made me think about some stuff, and,
Yeah.
yeah, I get beat up a lot. I really shouldn't miss out on opportunities. I don't want to live a life of regret.
I don't think you could, Damon.
Oh, I definitely could. Like, I have, super nervous about stuff.
What could you be nervous about, Damon?
You,
Me?
yes. I've been blown up, I've been shot, I've been stabbed, I've been bitten, I've been beat up, I've been pummeled. And after all that, you make me feel so vulnerable.
Oh, Damon. How can you be so blind?
I don't know.
You realize you do the same thing to me, right?
I know. And
Damon, I've been with men, women, I've been with people, I've had men offer me kingdoms, Damon. I had 2 men propose to me in the same night once. And I'm nervous as shit. And I don't know how I feel about it. And
it's a good nervous, though, right?
yeah. Nervous I'm gonna mess things up.
I mean, let's be honest. If anyone's gonna mess up anything in this, it's probably gonna be me.
Where are we even going, Damon?
I don't know. I've just been walking. He's just been walking up and down the hallway for like this part of the conversation. Gets close to Scales' room, and you guys overhear some noises, and he immediately starts going the other way.
Why don't we go to your room, Damon?
Okay. He takes you to his room.
Out of character. Isn't his room right by Scales?
It is.
It is.
Yes.
But luckily, like once you guys actually go into the room proper, like there's a little bit more cutoff.
Sound
Hallway, though.
dampening.
Yeah, hallway though, like that's a different story. But yeah, he takes you to his room and he's gonna like lay you on the bed. So, no regrets?
I just have one thing to ask you.
Okay.
She's gonna look at him. She's going to caress the side of his face. And then she's going to repeat to him the same words that he said to her that first night. And she's gonna say, "Would you like to throw me off into the deep end?"
Oh, deeper than ever. And he's just gonna jump right on you. Fade to black. Okay, so interesting evening. Okay. Cutting back to the diner crew again
The
as it
peasants.
swindles down.
So I guess I wasn't taking the shot yet, and he's like,
Yeah.
she's like, so with that, I really don't want to take the shot. Pushes out of the way. Do you want to just smoke some of that stuff and just relax?
Auntie is going to look at the shot and go, I think I'm going to get some air. Want to join me?
Sure.
And Auntie's going to start heading out. Before she does, she's going to take a big sip of wine.
Okay. Which is immediately nullified the moment you step outside of the house.
Yeah.
It's just for the taste at this point.
When you guys get outside, it's cold. It is starting to get towards like evening time-ish because you guys did eat, sit around for like a while, so it's probably around like maybe 4 or 5-ish around that time frame.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's fucking chilly. Especially
Yeah.
getting out of the forest, like there's just like that steady wind, and being on the road, it has that wind path, so like it's fucking chilly.
So Kestrel gets her pipe out and starts peppering it and says, "So what's on your mind?"
Oh, honestly, I just didn't want to be in the house and hearing that in stereo.
I mean, it's not really going to be throughout the entire mansion.
True. And Auntie's going to be doing the same and lighting up. Though, I'm glad. They seem, I mean, everyone seems happy, right?
Yeah.
What about yourself? I mean, you have, the house, I guess, and so forth.
Takes an inhale of the pipe.
Not gonna lie, though. It's refreshing seeing, well, so young, so enthralled with one another.
Hmm.
It's nostalgic and a bit bitter.
Well, they're still figuring things out, so we'll see if it lasts or not.
I mean, whatever happens.
Could
Just,
you repeat that?
whatever happens, of course.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But no, I guess I just wanted some air for reminiscence sake. If it's not obvious, of course I am lamenting something. My muse,
I figured.
I figured I couldn't conceal that from you. But I can't put my thoughts into words. I just needed air.
Hmm.
Do you really think we'll find my muse?
I like to hope so.
I mean,
Because we already know that she is out there, which is something we didn't know before.
though her circumstances aren't the best,
Yeah.
I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
I mean, not even on this plane.
Hmm.
I'm sure there's magics that can go far and wide, but
Hmm.
I don't know. Auntie's just going to be sitting there for a bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, you also got to think about it this way. I mean, we literally.
Real quick, keep in mind, depending on how long it is, I'm
Mm.
gonna need you to have to do Constitution saves because you're not dressed for cold weather.
I'm adapted to cold weather though.
Not you.
Yeah.
Auntie. It's never
Uh,
you, Kestrel. I know you got your super awesome cold stuff. Wait till your
Yeah.
ass gets to the desert, um, or a jungle. Scales is like, ah, so great. Kestrel's like, oh god, it fucking sucks. Anyways,
wasn't Daemis having a camp close by?
yes, there is still like you see the campfire, which wasn't like burning or anything when you guys first saw it. It was just kind of like tinders and like it's basically that, but still died down a little bit. Like
Yeah.
it is barely a fire at this point,
Gotcha.
or barely
Uh,
even like kindling.
I'm going to make my way over to it,
Mm-hmm.
and you would say it's a small campfire?
Yeah.
I'm just going to cast a little bit of magic and light the fire a bit more.
And he did have like some already like pre-readied wood by his you know, with amongst the stuff of his camp. So if you guys need to, you could, grab a few logs from that and throw it on there. So since you're out here, Kester, did you join Auntie with the campsite?
Sure.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Sure, I'll do. Yeah.
Just because it is you guys by yourselves and it is okay. Fuck. Kestrel, you hear breathing coming from the tent.
Is there someone here? The guys looks around.
The tent is currently closed, but you do hear like some very large breathing coming from it.
What does it sound like? Like a person or animal?
Large. It's hard to say.
Kestrel will kind of approach Auntie and just kind of prod her very slowly, right?
Yes.
And whisper, there's someone else in the tent. Maybe Daemis' wife? I don't know. Let's get back in the cart.
I mean, you say that, so I'm kind of curious now.
Nope. If she's anything like
I will
Daemis',
say that the front of the tent, it's just flaps. Like you guys just outwardly, it doesn't seem like there's anything like keeping the tent closed. It's just
Mhm.
like the flaps.
can we peek, like, just via the flaps?
I mean, you can
Like,
certainly.
is it, like, open enough like that, or would I have to actually physically open it?
You'd probably have to like move it out of the way a little bit.
Okay, I'm not doing that. Yeah, Kestrel will just say, let's get back to the garage.
I mean, if you want to, I'm curious now.
No.
I
Literally,
mean-
no. I am telling you no. As group leader, I'm telling you no.
Auntie's going to put her hands on her hips, like, really?
Yeah.
Fearless leader.
Yeah, you're the ones who elected me, damn it.
Really not even gonna let me mage hand it open. I could be quiet.
No. You have proven yourself to be a lot of things. Quiet is not one of them.
As you guys are literally having this conversation right in front of the tent.
I said I was whispering, mind you.
Sure,
Yeah,
go ahead
I'm
and give me a
willing.
stealth check. Auntie,
Yeah, I'm
is-
willing. I'm willing to roll a stealth check along with him. 'Cause
sure,
I would have picked up on him whispering, her whispering.
sure.
I clicked it. It's not going through though. Give it a sec.
Also, were you smoking weed, Kestrel?
No, he only has his pipe
Okay.
stuff.
Sleight of hand.
Oh man.
Oh, wrong
No.
button.
Oh, she pulled the flap. No.
I mean, I'll take that as a pull the flap if you let me.
No, because that was not your intent.
Okay.
Okay, so, Kestrel, you're being really quiet. Auntie is not.
Or you can hear her voice trying to be quiet, but clearly not
Yeah,
being.
like when he's like, "Oh, you're fearless leader," and you like respond, like your voice is kind of like that slightly raised whisper. Like,
Really?
oh, like
Fearless.
really?
Kestrel just sighs.
Fine,
You really wanna-
fine.
Go,
I'll
come on.
concede. I don't know. Maybe it was a bear or something he wrestled in there.
And Kestrel, even though despite Auntie being kind of loud,
Mhm.
no change really from what's going on with the breathing.
Okay, fine. I'll check it out.
Auntie visibly smirking.
Check it out.
So what do you do?
You said like there's a flap, right?
Yeah.
Just pull it ever so slightly so I can see what's in there.
Are you being quiet?
Yes.
Give me a sleight of hand roll.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know. My sleight of hand is pretty high.
just be careful, okay, Kestrel? Bardic inspiration.
Okay. D6, right?
Lisa, let me check.
Yeah. I think so.
D6.
19.
Okay. You pull back the flap, and you see a large clothed mass. Something with almost like a wool blanket over it. And by your feet, as you look down, you see a large beak.
Beak.
Yes, like a bird beak.
Mm.
But not like a bird beak. A large beak. Like almost the size of, one of your guys' faces.
And closes the thing and then she goes back and so good to Auntie.
So, what is it?
Yeah, so after I got that look, I'll just kind of go and like, a very large bird apparently.
You're kidding, right?
My guess, it was literally giant size, and I only saw the beak. That was pretty much it. Enters
I mean, that-
carriage.
Yeah, Auntie would kind of like, alright, fine. And just snuff the fire out at Geocraft.
Okay. So, what do you do?
Did Auntie go in the carriage as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not staying outside with no fire.
I was waiting on you because, like, literally, you just said you snuffed the carriage and snuffed the fire, and that was it. I was like,
Oh, I assumed like, alright, I can see. I'm gonna stop the fire before I go.
there. We enter in, like, drink, smoke. What do you want to do?
Well, if you want to smoke some green, feel free. I don't know if I'll be partaking as much.
You just head to bed.
I mean, it's what, evening?
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5.
I am going to. How far away from the gallery is the gallery from the bedrooms?
Different floor. It's the gallery is basically first floor.
Far enough to not hear anything?
I mean, even in the foyer, you really can't hear much. Maybe every once in a while you hear like a little tiny like, "Oh," and that's it. Like,
I am going to go to the gallery and have music be playing and maybe fall asleep painting. What about you?
okay.
I'll probably just head to bed.
Okay. Well, good night.
Night.
Okay. So, given everything that's happening, um, I'm trying to think of who would probably wake up first. Probably Kestrel and Auntie.
At least exhausted.
Yeah, because everyone else is gonna. Yeah, so it'd probably be you two.
Gets up, morning ritual.
Okay.
wakes up probably in a haze with some music going on.
Yes, because the servants don't sleep, so they continuously played music all night.
Oh no, it's like when you leave your playlist on all night, you get into the weird songs.
Yeah.
Just tidy up, grab a quick bite to eat.
Okay. So as you guys both make your way towards the dining room, you guys notice that immediately, unlike the ghostly food that's usually there, then once you guys interact with it, it becomes real. The food here already all looks real. And whistling from the kitchen with the door open, you see the kid cooking.
Oh, hey, Damon.
Morning. I made
Uh,
breakfast.
Yeah, I can see that. Did you use real food? Looks at it.
No, it's just once I touch it, it doesn't go back to ghost.
Ah, okay, that's how it works then, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, have a good night.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Kestrel sits down.
As you guys begin, getting your breakfast in, A-Star, you wake up.
A-Star's just gonna kind of like look around for the kid, like wondering.
He is gone, but you do see a folded note next to you.
She's gonna pick it up and she's gonna maybe look at it and see if she can figure it out, what it means.
It is written in Draconic, so you can read it.
She reads her little note.
It says, "Last night will go down in my memory banks as one of the greatest nights ever, and to continue the joy, I'm making you breakfast. See you soon."
She's gonna take the note and hold it close to her chest. And then she's gonna ask the butler to bring her some flowers.
Okay.
Do you want me to tell you the specific flowers or that she wants?
Sure.
She's gonna want some aster, sunflower, and purple lilac.
Okay.
Start making a flower crown.
Not a problem. Scales specifically said that there was a lot of flower and floral shit in this house, so realistically, like between all the different rooms having different variations of flowers and different stuff thematically, yeah, they probably have those. And they get brought to you.
Do I have to roll to make the flower crown?
Yes, you do.
Fuck.
And because you did grow up in a hippie commune, and I have a feeling that flower weaving is probably on the list of things that you practice a lot, I'll give you advantage on it. But go ahead and give me a dexterity check on that.
Dexterity.
Thank God for that advantage.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it turns out perfectly fine. You've done this before.
She's made a flower crown before.
Yeah.
So she's going to take the flower crown and instead of putting on her clothes, she's gonna like go in the closet, kind of like how she did that first, and like just like grab one of the outfits that are in there.
Okay.
Are there any dresses in there like there were like the first night?
There's a wide range of clothes in each of your guys' wardrobe, so pretty much kind of what you want.
She's gonna take one of those, put it on, and then she's gonna go downstairs to the flower crown.
Okay. By the time you get down into the dining room, you see Auntie and Kestrel already nomming on some food. And as you're coming in, you hear whistling, and you see the kid coming in with like a tray of food to set it down on the table.
Morning.
Morning. Breakfast is ready.
I have something for you.
Oh, What is it?
She's gonna take out the flower crown and hold it in her hands.
And he kind of stops, sets the tray down on the table. He's like, "It would be my honor," and he's gonna like kneel down so you can place them on his head.
See my name, my memory statement. Do you know what this means?
I mean, I got the images. I didn't always get the intent behind stuff, but I would love to know.
Two people who really care about each other have their first night together. Usually, one of them who really cares will make the other a flower crown to wear the next day into the morning to remind them. So I made you a flower crown. And yeah, we still have to talk about some things that happened yesterday. But I just want to enjoy the morning for now.
Okay. And you place the crown on his head. And he stands up. He's like, and I don't want you to think that I don't care because I didn't follow this. So, and he snaps his fingers, and a flower crown appears. And he's like, this won't be permanent, but I don't think this one it will be. But here you go. He's gonna set the flower crown on your head.
You didn't have to get one, Damon. I'm not good with my emotions. These are new. I've never.
I mean, let's be honest. Neither am I.
You're better than I am.
Yeah, debatable. Oh, but breakfast. These are home. These are called pancakes, and those are waffles. And he's just gonna show you like some of the like standard home, which is basically like modern day breakfast stuff that he has prepared.
It looks delicious. Morning, Kestrel. Morning, Auntie.
Morning. As he
Morning.
like face full of pancakes.
I'm excited to try this.
And at this moment, the dining room door opens. Ugh, as a very large man comes in. He's wearing a pink robe. And he's just like stretching. It's Damus Aries.
Is it his size or is it like very, very small?
It is kind of tight.
Gotcha.
Morning, everyone.
Have a nice night.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Morning, emissaries.
Morning. Your friend may need a little bit of time to recover.
I figured, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you should visit her, Aster.
I'm gonna go do that.
Yeah, probably could use a little bit of healing after that.
Yeah.
Ooh, chest stacks. As Damus Aries reaches over and starts like shoveling pancakes onto a plate.
Aster's gonna take one last waffle and like put it in her hand to take a bite out of it. Go over and kiss Damon. And then say, I'm gonna go check.
Okay, yeah, you should probably make sure she's okay. Yeah, and the waffle is delicious. It is like a cinnamon swirl waffle.
Damon, by the way, this food, amazing.
Well, thank you. But you really should thank Mrs. Doubtfrost. She taught me everything I knew. Plus, I learned a little bit from the chefs in the house. Like, those, pretty good cooks.
I don't think they taught you everything. And
Well,
she's gonna wink at him and walk out.
okay. Damus Aries just starts piling up food on the plate, sitting down, and just starts eating. Dinerker, do you guys have any discussions or anything?
Not at the moment.
I do.
Okay. Okay, go.
Damus Aries, was it?
Yes, Auntie, correct?
Yes. There seemed to be a bird of extraordinary size in your tent last night.
Oh, Susie. Yeah. She doesn't like the cold weather, so I keep that temp for her.
Ah, we went out to warm up by the fire, and well, it was bothering Kestrel. Worried her.
Bothered?
No,
That doesn't sound like Susie.
it didn't bother me. It was more someone was curious, and I didn't want to disturb whoever was in there.
Please, you were scared shitless. He even tried pulling the "I'm the leader. I'm telling you, walk away."
Yeah, that just makes you kind of want to do it more, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
eventually gave in, though.
Mainly because I knew you would just do it behind my back.
Oh yeah, I was going to.
That doesn't
Yeah.
sound like a very trusting, cooperative team play there, though. I think you guys should both about this and come to an understanding because
Mhm.
in a life-threatening situation, that could lead to someone being dead. I've seen it.
Yeah.
As much as I like breaking the rules, Kestrel,
Mhm.
if it was life-threatening, I wouldn't have.
Oh,
But
trust me, when it comes to Susie, very life-threatening.
all right, in that case, Kestrel, you win this one.
And I did give her strict orders to protect the camp, so I could see how that might go horribly wrong.
Yeah. That's something I was kind of worried about. Kestrel sighs and just continues to eat.
So this Susie, what is she?
I mean, transportation mostly. And a good hunting partner.
Would she be able to carry a carriage?
Oh, most definitely.
Do you, while you're traveling with us, do you mind if she helps us get our carriage moving?
And he kind of looks over and eyes the kid who's like currently in the kitchen, like still, prepping more food. I think you guys got that. And plus, I don't want to be in your hair for too much longer.
So are you planning to go on to a different area, or what's your plan after this?
Well, it is coming winter, so I should best prepare for that. I usually do the last bit of training I can before it hits.
Do you know how harsh the winter is in this area by chance?
It depends. It can get pretty cold.
But not like anything too out of the ordinary, right? It's just snow and all that.
I mean, yeah, basically.
Fair enough.
I mean, if you keep going up further and further north, especially if you cross the Sea of Hera,
Mm-hmm.
up there, yeah, you'll freeze to death.
Oh, okay.
But this far south, I mean, a winter storm here and there, but that's about all you have.
Gotcha.
You mentioned hunting. You wouldn't happen to have any leftover furs, would you?
Oh, definitely not. Susie likes to gobble them down whole, and quite frankly, I don't have much need for them. I tend to sell them wherever I land, and if not, I return it to nature.
Wait, so she eats the hide? Kessler looks very puzzled.
Bones and everything.
Oh, wow.
How big is the prey you hunt?
It depends.
Like, sorry, with your size, I imagined you hunted bears. Does she just swallow a bear
Bears?
whole?
No, I play with bears. I would never hunt one.
Oh,
I usually go after larger game.
Hmm.
Usually
And
ones
she's-
that pose threats to the surrounding area.
does she swallow those whole?
Well, maybe not necessarily whole, but I'll break it up for her.
Makes more sense.
Doesn't stop her from trying, though. I've seen her try to swallow some massive prey before, and then I'm like, Susie, spit it out. You're not going to get it down there.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, though, she watches me eat a lot, so I can see why she would try to risk it.
That's fair.
So, how long have you been hunting around here?
Oh, around these parts, I actually don't do much hunting around here. I usually
Oh.
go to the wilds to hunt.
Fair enough. I was hoping if you could point out some good game spots. We're going to need warm clothing soon.
Well, you should be at the crossroads soon. You should be able to purchase anything you need from there.
Hmm. Yeah, he said there was a, if I recall correctly, a kind of like little merchant's trade point there.
Well, the crossroads really isn't like one spot per se.
Hmm.
Keep heading south, you'll see the start of it. There's kind of like 3 parts to the crossroads.
Hmm.
You got the north, mid, and south.
Hmm.
Because it's basically at a junction where a lot of travel from the south, north, east, and west kind of all meet.
Hmm.
Nothing's really permanent, like I told you. Like most of the places down there are just people who are stopping for a few days or a week or so, selling their wares and then continuing on.
Gotcha.
Most people don't like making a full journey from the Ash Mountains to, Lara, so they basically used it as a midpoint.
Okay.
Have you been to Lara?
A few times.
Do you know if they have any libraries or something there?
Ooh, I mean, they have to. I normally don't venture into such places.
Um,
I usually
What's-
stick to the taverns, the brawling houses, things like that.
Fair enough.
what's Lara like?
Well, it depends on which of the towers you're staying at.
What do you mean?
Well, Kingdom of Lara, ooh, give me a second. See what he can do for this. What he's
So-
heard and what he remembers are 2 very different things.
I like how we're asking like the
Hey.
previous campaign's dumb person. Hey, how is
Yeah.
geography?
Before you roll, don't. Oh, okay, never mind.
Um,
I was gonna try to give him bardic inspiration.
sorry. This is one of those things you asked him a question, so he immediately started thinking about it.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna. All right, never mind.
He kind of thinks about it for a moment. Well, I haven't been to all the towers, but I think this how the story goes is when the kingdom was first being formed. So a whole bunch of like wizards or something like helped create it, and so as a reward, they were each given a parcel of land, and
Mhm.
from it, the towers were born. I don't know everything behind it, and I've only been to a few of the towers, but basically each tower is kind of like its own town.
Mhm.
Each one has like a different name, and each one has like either a group or a single mage that is basically kind of acts as like the chief or whatever.
Okay, Cyberpunk Mega Billions, got it.
I don't know what that means, but
Sorry, that was out.
I've honestly only ever been to the Citadel of Lara, Vol, and Karsus myself.
And I have Vol and Karsus.
Yep.
I'm just gonna take my stab at guessing that because those are all weird
I'm
ones.
gonna spell it.
Oh, okay. Vol.
Hold on, I guessed. Ooh, Karsus, I guessed too.
I was a letter off on Karsus.
Christian,
That car is sense.
DM, just out of curiosity, did you say Citadel of Lara and Vol and Karsus, or is that 2 places?
He's been to Citadel, Lara, Vol, and Karsus.
Okay, 3 places. Just checking.
Yeah. What can you tell me about the Citadel of Lara?
Oh, it's a big, big kingdom.
Mhm.
I mean, the kingdom itself is large, but like
Mhm.
that's Citadel of Lara is basically the kingdom proper, and I mean, it goes on for miles and miles and miles. You have the main citadel, which apparently is a relic from long ago, and they just kept building around it. So you got the main castle, then you have a couple districts. It's all built up into like a plateau, like against a plateau. So you basically have like a half circle kind of extending out from that.
Okay.
And it has a few districts, each one, ranging in wealth and prosperity. Then once you get to the last district, it has a final wall, and then just farmland from out there, and that also stretches on for miles. I mean, the Citadel of Lara is by far one of the largest cities I've seen. I mean, really, at all.
So, in regards to the kingdom itself, like, are there any rules or anything like that? Like, I mean, you kind of seen our group. Would we be welcome there?
Depends on which city you guys intend to go on. I mean, go to the Citadel of Lara, and there might be some eyes on a few of your allies, but
Mhm.
other places not so much. For example, I've heard Yalt is it's a pretty scummy place. It's the most southern one. I haven't been there, but it's along the wall that kind of borders the jungles and swamps to the south.
Mhm.
And from what I've heard, a lot of the crime is focused there.
Mm.
But because each tower is allowed to rule their area however they see fit, nothing's really done about it.
Okay.
Okay, so South is racist. Got it.
Well, it's not racist. They usually accept anyone. Just
He just said it was
it's not a
very.
very safe place.
Yeah, because there's a lot of crime.
Gotcha.
And he's gonna think about it. It's ruled by what was I think it was like Navis or something.
Mavis, by chance?
Maybe.
Was was that someone we knew, Casper? Was that who we were supposed to meet?
No, that's the bad one.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Organized crimes place. Probably a hub for all crime and villainy.
And I think Noxus is pretty accepting. That's a port town to the east. Most of the
Mhm.
eastern stuff, the two port towns, pretty accepting, mostly because they get a lot of travelers and stuff. Um, you won't probably find too much issue there. Karsus is, I love Karsus. It's ruled by Dominess Ventaris, and quite frankly, she has made a beautiful town. Um, it's where a lot of the, how do I put this? The military gets trained. It's probably the most fortified town next to the Citadel, of course. It was one of the first towns really established as it sees two gates. And over time, and especially with the Tower of the Masters to the north, um, it has acquired many adventurers, martial people who seek out martial prowess or training. It also sees to has the second largest magic uh, school, I guess, in all of Kingdom of Lara.
Magic school.
Yes.
Casper, I think we might be able to find something of use there.
Yeah, hang on. What about Bull? You mentioned that before.
Yeah, Vol is. I mean, it's mostly just a trading town.
Mhm.
I mean, Karsus also gets their trade and stuff like that, but Vol is the kind of center hub of trade to the west when it comes
Mhm.
to the Kingdom of Lara.
And Karsus. Is this also towards the east?
That is on the west. It's the northwestern one.
Okay, so. And you said there was also Noxus, which was a port town to the east.
Yes.
Okay. So
I can't remember the other east port town, but
Mhm.
yeah, I've never been there, so and I'm not really too great with names.
That's fair. So in comparison, from where we are now, right? Karsus and Noxus, how close are those places?
Well, if you continue along this path to the kingdom, Karsus will be the first town you'll probably run into. If you go to the crossroads and immediately go east,
Mhm.
that'll take you to Karsus.
Hang on, wait. Go. Ah, fuck. Hang on. Just accidentally clicked a button.
Yeah, because Karsus is the only town that's actually in charge of two different gates.
Hmm.
Yeah, go to Karsus. Crossroads and to the east, you said, right?
But to be frank, I mean, not many go through the northern gate of Karsus.
Why not?
Well, the only thing up there past the wall is the Tower of the Masters, and I mean, only a certain breed of people go there.
What sort of breed?
People looking to die mostly. Um,
Unfortunately, I'm past that part of my life.
I don't know much, but I've heard a few tales that those who are looking for the greatest glory or challenge go there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it means. I've thought about going there myself. I met one of the guild contractors out of Karsus before. He was going to be taking a group up there. And I don't know. The way he talked about it almost seemed like just going there could be, you could be granted your greatest wish, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get up there someday.
And
Right.
in regards to Karsus, mention gates. So, do they ask you anything, or like, what do they do like at these places?
Oh, I've never had to deal with one of those gates. I just fly over it.
Fair enough. Kesto chuckles.
I don't really get too many people asking me questions.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah.
You'd be surprised. We actually get a lot of questions usually.
But I mean, if you said Karsus is an area full of adventurers, I mean, yeah, I imagine we won't stick out like too much of a sore thumb.
I think we fit right in.
Oh, I will say one thing, just because
Mm-hmm.
of what you guys have said previous. Just know that the Kingdom of Lara has a strict guild policy.
What does that mean?
Any business done in the kingdom proper, and that this will depend on the city you're in, but
Mm-hmm.
overall, you have to have a backing of some guild or some house or one of the royals to do really pretty much anything there.
Like to accept jobs, that kind of thing.
Yes. And again, it will vary from city to city, but Karsus is one such city.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the work there, I mean, from labor all the way up to, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the military, it's all done through the guilds. Now, you go to a place like Yalt, and that's probably not going to be an issue.
Gotcha.
Though, with some of the crime and stuff down there, I'm sure you'd piss someone off.
I would imagine
Less-
so. Yeah.
Less guild, more families at that point.
Sure.
Um. Hmm. So, like, I imagine you probably had no need of a guild given your strength and all, but so like, do people just apply to these guilds, or like?
Like, how would a newcomer find their way into one?
Well, that's the trouble there. Depending on what you're trying to do, there might be a waiting line. I mean, there are people from Falond or the Ash Mountains that come out here just seeking money
Mhm.
or something else, and since the guilds are a big part of it, you know, there's usually a lot of people trying to look for those jobs. Honestly, the biggest thing is just through merit or connections.
But like, How could you do that though? If like your jobs and quests are regulated to being guild members only.
I mean, there's more things you can do besides jobs and quests.
That's fair.
I mean, each of the towers, I mean, there's a lot of political, and he's like kind of using his hands of like, infighting and in play going on, and everyone else is trying to, besides the towers themselves, like
Mm-hmm.
all the power that's left up in the kingdom is constantly being fought for between the
Gotcha.
guilds, the nobles, and so on and so forth. That's all a big, I avoid it at all costs.
Fair enough.
And plus, I only answer to one power, and that's it.
Cord, I imagine.
But of course,
Mm-hmm. But based on what I'm hearing, Castro looks on to Carsus doesn't seem like a best bet, at least to start.
I mean, that's the one we're going to run into first, I imagine.
Mm. Yeah, because he also did say it's like literally the first place we'll see if we go east.
I will say there is one bit of work that you might be able to get into.
Oh, what's that?
From what I know, there's the arenas, the brawler taverns, and stuff like that, all spread throughout Karsus. I don't think you need to be gilded for any of those.
Brawler
I-
taverns, you said?
Yeah, fighting's a big part of Karsus. That's one of the reasons why I love that place.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a few places that act as entertainment and training,
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of travelers, and sometimes they'll have tournaments, nightly fights. It's a good place to possibly earn a little bit of rep and you know, gain a little coin.
Would they have any fighting entertainment for the more magically inclined?
Oh, it doesn't matter with at Karsus. You
Oh,
step
so just
in the
like full
ring, you
free?
step in the ring. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are a few, arenas and places that they lean towards one or the other, but Dominess, she just sees it all as prowess.
Ah, okay. So like weapon wouldn't matter either? Like, Castro points to her bow.
I mean, not really, just know that, some of those arenas are pretty tight. Um if you rely too heavily on range, you might be at a disadvantage.
Oh, that's fair, yeah.
And some of the bigger arenas that, would probably suit you better, a lot of those, because they are such a large venue, usually you
Longer
got to
wait
have some rep
times?
or something before you head into any of those.
That's fair.
Plus, a lot of the bigger ones, you can die. Even some of the
So,
smaller ones.
so certain ones are literally fight to the death.
No, but there's no rules against killing on a lot of them.
Okay.
I think one about. I think joining one with rules against killing might be more in our favor.
Well, I'll let you know, a lot of the smaller ones, they don't really take too much consideration on the rules.
I'd imagine so, yeah.
Because I had to start there once, and
Mhm.
first fight, there was some little gnomish guy, and I swear his way of fighting is literally trying to punch people in the nuts. But
Was he even
luckily,
able to reach yours?
he was. But luckily, my my armor has a cod piece, so
Mhm.
kind of just hurt his own hand, and then I punched the little fella, and he was
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, you might be able to find some work maybe in one of the port towns too.
Ace
They
and
get,
Noxus?
yeah, Noxus or the other one. I can't remember the other one. Southeast one is probably the busier port, so that would probably be the most likely one to get work. There's a lot of vessels that come in and out from other countries, places.
Okay.
Well, Castro, do you have any more questions? I'm tapped on them.
So would Noxus be past Karsus?
It's on the opposite end of the kingdom. If you go to Noxus, you're talking, I mean, many, 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 many weeks of travel.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I forgot you said it was on the west end. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, East End.
Oh, east. Sorry.
Karsus West, Noxus East. Two complete opposite ends of the kingdom.
Sorry, we don't have a map, so it's hard to remember where everything is. Yeah, we literally got like a doodle, but it's like just a doodle.
I mean, Scales tried her hardest, but yes, it is a doodle.
Well, as he's gonna think about if he has anything to help with that.
Is the kid around?
He is whistling, and honestly, you guys have probably noticed that he's like listening and on some of the conversation.
Oh, I
When he
thought.
when he
Oh,
talks
that's
about
right.
like training, fighting, anything like that, he like chimes in, like looks for the kitchen, like, what's being said right now?
Kid, could you peek into Damasari's head and see if he's seen a map before?
Well, hang on. Let Amy Serious think.
Well, I mean, that might be a good idea, but I don't remember too good. I mean, you can try.
Sure. Kid, you want to do that?
I mean, sure, if you don't mind. And the kid's gonna try. Yeah, no, that didn't help at all.
Well, fair enough.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm just going to mentally ask Damien. So, what is in there, if anything?
A lot of fighting, a lot of fucking, and a lot of drinking.
Fair enough.
Also, I think he can fly or something, because there's a few images he showed me of him like in the air.
Yeah. Wonder if he's like Superman or Ultraman. No, fuck, that's also copyrighted. Shit.
Yeah.
Just be quiet.
Remember, we went with Super Guy.
Super guy. Wonder if
Half
he's like
decent
Super guy.
person. Yeah.
Half decent human.
Yeah.
Above average man. Okay, so since this conversation has gone on for a bit, just
Yeah.
to keep things in sync.
Mhm.
A-Star, you eventually make your way to Scales' room.
Before I even go into the room, I'm gonna ask the butler to go grab some, bring
Grab-
them with along with some finger.
Some finger food or finger food?
Finger food for Scales.
So Scales finger food.
Scales finger food.
Okay, as you're sitting up at the door, one of the butlers comes up with a tray of fingers on stick, and you're just like, for a moment, you're like, oh god, I forgot. But yes, there are Scales finger food. Some of them are toes, though, to be fair.
She's gonna knock on the door and say, Scales, can I come in?
Scales, you hear it.
Okay. I would like to.
You- Feel like you've been beaten and bruised all night.
I would like to ask the DM just for my own personal fin. I had exhaustion before, and my level 2 is still level 1. Got the napping and stuff.
Given the previous night and everything else,
Yeah.
I believe you're at stage 3 right now.
Okay. I'm just gonna note that down. And I have a quick reminder for stage 3 is I know if I get stage 4, I'll be dead. So
It's not stage 4.
that's good. That's good. Okay, no, that's stage 6. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. Skills are just like one minute. 1 minute. She's just gonna press a dissertation, minor illusion, all the good stuff to try and feel, appear good again. She will even alter self
Give
into
me-
her current self, but
Give
nicer.
me, because you
Really
are
good.
super exhausted and everything like
Yeah.
that. Give me a let's go just generic intelligence check.
Okay. Yay. At disadvantage. Yay.
Okay, so you don't fuck up what you're trying to do.
Cool. Does the alter self still go off good, or?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just remove that. And she'll sit up and be like,
So are you just doing a not bruised version of you?
yes, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah. Scales like about 3 days ago, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, A-Star, the door opens.
Yeah.
And you see Scales still in bed. Give me a performance check at disadvantage.
Not deception? Okay.
No, it's a performance.
Okay. I don't think it really matters either way. Yeah. Okay. 11.
Something off about what she just did. It seemed very fake.
Scales, I brought you food.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Just leave it to the side. And don't.
And I brought you healing.
Oh, sorry.
I brought you healing.
Ooh, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah, I thought, would you like restoration?
Please do. Please do. Ah,
Both?
yeah.
Well, as a point, you look at her and she looks perfectly fine.
You look fine, Scales. Are you sure you need it?
She just like looks over as the door closed.
Yes, because as per the previous instructions, the doors get locked behind people.
Cool. I'm not fine at all. And she's just gonna drop everything. She's like, it was really,
noticed-
really good last night.
You notice that there are bruises on various parts of her body. Yeah, she looks like she was manhandled. But given by the look of it, you gather that lesser restoration probably won't do anything.
But cure wounds at a second level?
Might help.
Yeah, she's gonna cast cure wounds at a second.
Whilst that's happening, Scales
You would have been at 6 HP technically, Scales, so
Oh,
just
okay.
add that to 6.
So, so 6, 12, 24 total. That's fine. Yeah, that's her full.
Ah, so he almost killed you with sex?
Yes. He did 25 damage throughout the night, and you used the rest of his lay on hands.
Technically, you did kill me once almost. Scales.
No,
will,
not killed. Just made her pass out.
I will look over to the side. Is that nice stack still there?
Yes.
She is just gonna like grab that money, and I imagine there's like a drawer or something. She'll like stick it in the drawer.
You see Scales grab a stack of money and put it in a drawer.
Yeah.
Mm.
That
I-
was
I want
worth
you to
it.
know. So is the healing I just gave you, and the food I brought you. Little gift of me saying thank you.
No problem. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh no, I appreciate what you much more.
Hmm?
You're not the only one that had some fun last night.
Oh, do tell.
Oh, I'm not walking straight, Scales.
You're faking it too.
Oh, very much so. Oh, by the way, the kid made me breakfast.
Ooh. In fact, Esther, come here. And
Yeah.
I would like to return the favor and do a cure wounds at second level. Just
Okay.
cause I
Okay.
can. Not that I know if it'll actually do anything to help, but I'm returning the favor, and that's what matters. There you go.
Reciprocity.
Okay.
And I imagine we're just probably going to gossip the entire time. Like, so tell me more about what happened last night.
I don't even know what to say, Scales.
Did he make you pass out? Because, I don't know. I swear that person's not even human. I swear he's a beast or something.
I was kind of, honestly, I have to say I'm very proud of you. I didn't think you were going to pull it off last night, but you did.
I must admit there was a part of me that wasn't sure if I was going to pull it off either. But you know, like, I bit into him, like loads. Well, I tried to. I couldn't. I actually couldn't.
That's a
And he
cute
was-
smart, Scales.
I know. And he was drinking, you know, he was drinking my stuff. He wasn't drinking, like, your people's stuff. He was drinking my stuff. He didn't care. It was amazing.
His stuff knocked you flat out.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Hmm?
had to cast Lesser Restoration on Damon last night.
Ooh.
Made him embarrassed, and he accidentally grabbed your drink.
Oh dear. Oh dear. How much? How much did you drink?
Oh, I might have mentioned something about you and Damon Series, and
Mm-hmm.
that you were having a great time. That
Uh-huh.
I mean, one helped the woman, and he started blushing like, you know how he does. He looks
As a
red.
tomato.
As a
Yeah.
bright red tomato.
Mm.
It's so cute when he does.
It is.
But oh my gosh, so he embarrassed, grabbed a drink, took the biggest swig I've ever seen,
Mm-hmm.
and immediately regretted it.
I wish I could have been there. Actually, no, I
Especially
don't.
because, especially because afterwards, he wanted what you and Daemon Sarius had, and I told him I wasn't going to have our first time be when he got his mind.
Mm.
So then he asked me to cast Lesser Restoration.
No.
What about you? How was last night for you?
Well, if you can probably see from the state of this entire bedroom, which I imagine is a complete mess, broken stuff
Also-
everywhere.
You let yourself be called a whore last night. You realize that, right?
Yeah.
Just making sure that you are okay with that.
Why wouldn't I be?
I don't
Like
know.
playing with the coins in her hand.
Okay.
One.
Castro and Daemon thought
two.
you might have a problem with being called a whore in them, but
Hey, A-Star,
I mean,
do you know how much he gave me?
how much?
120. That's like,
Damn!
I know, right?
The most I ever got from a man was a giant ass ring.
A question,
Damn.
did it have any stones in it?
Of course it did. Giant diamond and 2 rubies.
Like a fist-sized diamond. Like 2 rubies. She doesn't understand money, so she's like, "Oh, just a simple ring."
That's the thing.
And what offered me a dukedom? I don't know. But like, 120 gold, damn.
I know.
Considering we had nothing, that's a lot.
I know. And I've never earned a penny in my single life. I don't even know like what 120 gold is, but it was a lot. And I didn't even do anything at the time. I just laid there. It was
I
great.
mean,
If laying there can get me 120 gold each time, then yeah, I'll go for it.
cheers to that.
Yeah, I don't know why like the others would be so upset about it.
I don't know either. I mean, I think the only people practicing monogamy at the moment are me and Damon. And I mean, this is the first time I've ever practiced it in my entire life. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
If it
And
helps.
he told me
I was gonna
he's told me he doesn't know what he's doing either, so we're just kind of, who knows?
If it helps, that was the first time I was actually paid to do anything. I don't know what I'm
mean,
doing, but you
It's
know.
a great way to get paid.
I
mean,
know it is.
Sex is just.
Once this adventuring business is all over and whatnot and settles down in the deep, deep dirt a million miles underneath, I could look into a career in this, you know?
That would be a great career.
Yeah. Think about it. People are having the opportunity to have sex with like a golden snake. I could get, I plan them for that.
Could. Ooh. That does seem like a nice career.
We'll workshop here,
We'll workshop it.
Yeah.
We have to. I don't know, I'm still cleric. Still cleric that fucked a godless. You think that's gonna have repercussions? I did have repercussions when Sarah did it.
To be fair,
Well, I don't think it did. I never really. She had lovers, but I never really talked to them, you know? They're kind of full of themselves sometimes.
question, DM, would Scales know of any gods that would pertain to actually lovemaking being a actual ritualistic type thing?
Sarah,
Other than Sere.
give me a religion check. Yeah, you ain't got no fucking idea. Set.
Yeah.
Like, that's realistically.
I
the
take
most
it that
people
wasn't
know.
part of any of his stuff. No,
Not really.
I figured. He's a grumpy, that's why. You know, it's like, well, Sere did it, and, if you're gonna have sex with anyone, you might as well have sex with your god.
It was
Shit.
that.
It'd be like showing, like, the ultimate, like,
Which,
loving and
thank
following.
you for that. I owe you. I mean, I know he got some stuff from my head, but I know where he learned it from first.
Trust me. I was gonna
what?
say something, but I don't know. Just, It will work out fine. And think about it, you can call yourself the first cleric of Daemon, and the only cleric of Daemon to have fucked him. Yeah. That's a big title right there. You're gonna beat all the other clerics.
I should.
Yeah.
So, I felt something just now when you said that, and I've never felt this emotion before, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Which emotion is that?
Felt jealous and angry.
Ooh. Now those two
Like-
I know quite well.
I've never felt jealous before, and I don't like the thought of some other cleric wanting him. Like, in a godly sense, yes, but he's mine.
Obviously, he's yours.
For Scales now, Aether. Lied. Lied.
Don't touch my god, bitch.
He does things.
Oh no, hold my holy symbol. I'm gonna teach this bitch.
See, you use that, say, jealousy and anger and stuff to kind of fuel the relationship even further. If some, say, a wheezy, pathetic little cleric, future cleric person ever wants to try it, they have to prove their worth first. They need to beat you. They can only take Daemon if they beat you. So you use that to kind of fuel yourself
You hear
even more.
a universal slapping sound as you watch as all of the servants in your room, Scales, just face palm. All of you just said,
See, but I don't like that. What if I'm having an off day? What if that's the day I drink your auntie drink? And then
I
I'm
mean,
just
to be fair, I think
fucking
it's a brilliant drink. More people should drink it.
Yeah, but like, what if someone easily beats me and
I
even if I'm weak and even if I'm in my deathbed, I don't like the thought of anyone else.
Exactly.
Well,
I'm not saying you constantly, think about it and let it get to you so much, but you just use that to kind of fuel your own inner power, so to speak. When in Yanti teachings, when, learning how to basically manipulate the emotions of others and all that stuff, we would use jealousy and anger and that sort of things to basically get people to do what we want. For example, we could make someone else angry. For example, if I wanted to manipulate you in any way, shape or form,
yeah.
I would be having sex with Damon right in front of you, using that anger against you to run across whatever makeshift bridge I've made, and then collapse it so you fall onto the ground. That sort of manipulation. You use that against people.
I hate the thought of it, but it's honestly kind of brilliant.
See, exactly.
I mean, we did something similar, like, so, you know how I told you my hair used to be a symbol of peace?
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is, so the dresses I used to wear, kind of similar to the dresses you have in that closet over there,
Oh, yes.
except mine would come down all the way to my navel,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of just showed off how I look. And we'd put their hair in a traditional hairstyle that they would wear, and we'd just kind of walk around, and we'd flirt, we'd seduce, we'd keep the motions calm, and sometimes, if the leaders were very, aggressive, what we'd do is we'd sleep with them and then whisper sweet nothings in their ear about just push them a little bit towards where we wanted them to go. Different sides, same coin though.
Yeah. It's like there's a spell I know. I haven't had really many chances to do it, but it's like called Enthrall. I would dance and I would sing and I would make little music with my tippy tappy toes. And people would just stare at me. They won't stare at anyone else. They'll only focus on me.
Kind of like how the thing I talked about, the thing I can do
Yeah,
when my skin goes all kind of weird.
kinda. Yeah,
Kinda
except instead of
Weird question. Did you see your mother?
No, I don't know my mother.
Oh. I was just wondering, because most people tell me they see their mother when I do it.
No, I did see someone I knew, but I don't know my mother, so I guess that's why I saw someone else.
I was just wondering. Wonder what Damon would say.
Scales, to be fair,
Hmm?
you did see the one face, but it did also give you the feeling because there was a moment where you saw kind of a feminine face because it wasn't just one face when she goes into that form. It almost feels like it's multiple converging. There was a moment where you immediately thought
Yeah.
mother, but snapped from that because you're
Yeah.
like, wait a second, I don't know what she looks like.
Yeah. Who is mother? Yeah. But no, it's like when you did that form, it was really weird. Like I thought
You see a
mother.
lot-
Like I honestly thought I saw mother, but and then I realized like, hang on a second, who's mother? Like I don't know her. Why would I think that? But then I saw my other friend who, bear in mind, was male, so clearly not my mother.
Yeah, it tends to happen. It will make a lot of people see different things, and it says a lot of different things, and makes people feel a certain way. Sometimes they see me as a mother figure. Sometimes they see me as a sexual being. Sometimes they see me as a friend. Sometimes me as their wife. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
I must admit, it just made me feel sad. But
I'm sorry. I never want to make you feel sad.
no, to be fair, I do deserve it.
You don't deserve that.
I mean, I kind of did in that case. Like, I actually killed the guy. So,
Listen. I'm going to tell you something I haven't told anyone but Damon yet.
Okay.
Scowls, you're not the only one with that kind of weight on your shoulder.
Mhm.
Scowls, I have had... You know how I worry about Damon dying all the time?
Mm-hmm.
And I say it's because of Sarah, but Damon knows it's more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Girls, I've had over 8 people I love sacrifice their life. To try to save me and protect me. Sarah, my mother, the twin, friends I made on the battlefield. All people who died to protect me. And I don't know how it feels to kill someone like that I assume you cared a little bit for. I don't know. I'm not going to assume things. But I know how it feels to have those people choose to die for you.
And
And it fucking sucks.
it does suck. But you kind of see it like, kind of like stutter a bit with her words, shake a bit. It's like, long story short, you know the whole sacrifice, that thing, blah 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 blah. I had a favorite, slave. It was like my personal slave and whatnot. He was amazing. He would look at me like how you look at Damon type thing. Big googly eyes and devotion and all that. He tried to save me once, and it was the only task he ever failed on. He got caught by the guards, and as punishment for basically starting a little rebellion, he was sentenced to death. But due to the, say, law of my people,
Killed him.
essentially,
He was yours, so he was yours to kill.
yeah. And I didn't realize how much I felt until, the poison was already dripping down his throat. So, yeah. Short-lived, very, very short-lived. But, yeah.
It's funny because Damon and the others keep mentioning you and I are two sides of the same coin.
We really are.
we both have very similar thoughts, yet opposite lives.
Hmm.
You had a father but no mother. I have a mother but no father. Both of which are most likely dead.
I would hope so on my case. Not so much on your case, but I would hope so on my case. That's the other thing as well. You really like your family. I hate mine. Or I don't even know mine. One of the two.
Well, technically, if we're only counting blood, I only had my mother. The rest of them, they were my mate family. I mean, you live next to people, you live with them, breathe with them, cook with them, survive with them. They become your family at some point. I mean, it was kind of like I had my mom, and my mom's amazing. Like, she was a fucking badass. Like, fucking badass girls. This woman, like, my last moments of seeing her was seeing her fight. Why the rest of us were running. And she was still a badass that day.
I think my mum would have been a badass. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but bearing in mind she gave birth to 12 Malisons. That's rare in my community. That doesn't happen. So, you know, she gave birth to 12. Or at the very least, me. I don't know if my father had multiple partners. He probably did. I'm curious though what she's like.
She had to be amazing. She had you.
Yeah. She definitely gave out like the prettiest egg. She shakes herself and smiles a bit.
I did once tell Damon
Hmm?
multiple times that you were scary in a way that you could rip my heart out, and I'd say thank you.
I was almost a little bit insulted, but then that really felt like a compliment afterwards, and that's weird. I like it. I
missed
won't
the
rip you-
compliment.
I won't rip your heart out, but thank you for the compliment.
Cause like you'll take charge, take names in a way that you could be beautifully violent. Does that make sense?
Trust me, I know.
I know you know.
I could show you one of my favorite paintings. And she'll
Yeah?
switch over to she'll switch one of the paintings to be the basically the Opal Blood painting. You basically see like a deep crimson red, and there's a golden snake kind of enthralling on itself. But she'll point to the red and be like, that color right there, yeah.
Yeah?
I was running out of paint, and you know, Opal got the knife and cut his arm and let me paint with it. It was a really pretty color. I didn't even ask him to do that. He just did it. It was amazing. But yeah, that's one of my
Sweet.
favorite though.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, those two are looking at blood art. I feel that's a good part of the conversation to be like sidestep. Dinner crew.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Okay, right where we left off, because, I was actually very involved with the whole conversation.
We were talking about the city and everything. But there was one thing I wanted to do after the conversation.
I mean,
Okay,
we're,
yes.
we're literally right there. Like, you guys
Yeah,
have
so
to
we're at that point
Yeah.
now.
I'm just
yeah?
keeping the two
Yeah.
groups on time with each other. So if there's crossover, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I was gonna say, Kestrel, do you think it's probably a good idea to check outside, make sure, get a perimeter check?
Yeah, and I'm sure, Damasaur is, do you want to check on your, what was it? friend?
Oh, she'll be fine. I actually
Okay.
wanted
More
to have a talk with you guys, and he's gonna like look over towards the kitchen. Who the kid was like kind of peering out because of the
Mhm.
conversation. And as soon as David Sayers looks over, he kind of like, oh, and like just goes and grabs a pan and starts like pretending to cook.
Does us do?
Well, I was wondering if I could have a talk with I guess you two, maybe in private.
Oh,
Uh,
And
how
he's kind of
about
like obviously gestures towards the kitchen.
Okay, let's just go outside then.
And he's gonna grab like one last little thing of food.
Oh, reminder, the stuff doesn't extend beyond the boundaries of this place.
Oh,
so
I
if you
know.
had to-
I'm just trying to eat as much as I can, so then I can come back and eat some more before I head out.
Yeah, that's fair. I just want to make sure you didn't get disappointed when bring the food outside and it disappears.
Oh no! As he puts it in his mouth and just eats it.
while we're outside, you can introduce us to your avian friend, so she doesn't, kill us.
Oh, I'll just let her know.
Alright, cool. Heads
But
up.
if she's sleeping, best not to disturb her.
I guess I'll open the door for Damon Stairs to go first.
Which is a momentary squeeze, as he's, "Ugh," and then he immediately realizes, oh, I forgot. As he steps out and the robe disappears, and he turns around just butt ass naked. Forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
Andre's just
forgot about
going,
that
yeah,
as well,
Eiffel.
actually.
Yeah. And he's gonna step in, and can I get another robe real quick? And he just servant comes over with a robe, puts it on. I'll be right back. And moments later, the girls, as you guys are staring at this art, you guys get a knock at the door.
Come in.
Door opens, and it is Damasaries in a pink robe.
Girls
I
just
came to
goes-
grab my.
Like scaly pink.
I came to grab my stuff. Sorry to disturb. Thanks again for last night.
No,
he's-
thank you.
Oh, and sorry about the,
It's
are you pointing to where some of your bruises were?
It is absolutely fine. It was much appreciated. I hope you had
I
a pleasant
was-
experience as well.
I was trying to be careful. Anyways, and he starts just gathering up his armor
She
and his
just-
other stuff.
She just smiles, wiggles her butt a bit, and just be like, "It was a pleasure doing business with you. Maybe
But
again
of course.
sometime."
You may want to bulk up first, because I can only hold back so much.
Of course.
For your own safety. I wasn't trying to, be egotistical.
No.
It would be nice to go all out and not kill you.
Well, I'd best get some training done then.
Okay. Then he just turns and walks out.
He's a freaking beast Aster. It was amazing.
That was him holding back.
Yeah.
He almost killed you.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to get you bulked up then. Girls,
Oh, gee.
you'll have to start training with me and Damon then.
She just kind of like looks at her arms. Ooh.
I don't think Damon will like that, but I'll do.
Sorry, what training? Sorry.
That's fine. I got it.
Yeah?
Let's start training now.
Right now. You want to go get Damon then?
Gales,
Mhm.
you immediately say that, and then you realize what condition your body's still in. She may have healed your hit point,
Yeah.
but you're still
I
at
know.
stage 3 exhaustion.
I know.
Okay, because training right now probably isn't at the forethought of your feelings.
I know. Like,
Let's at least go and get some of Damon's amazing food.
Ooh, yeah.
That
That's
would
another
calm down
That's another thing about training.
my- Food.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you think Damon eats so much?
Because
Still
you give him a
haven't
good
figured out
time
why.
every night. Nudge,
Some-
nudge.
Oh, I hope. But no, I still haven't realized where all that food goes. I've been trying
No.
to figure it out. It's the one mystery left.
I have
Figured out the magic box. I've kind of figured out this house. But the food. It's still a goddamn mystery.
I have no idea either. I'm just glad it doesn't run out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's get up and get us
Yeah.
some amazing food.
Girls will take a moment to basically search for her clothes, and then get
You
them on
do
and go
so.
downstairs. Yeah.
Which is a slow go. Like A-Star, as you're getting up, like you're expecting Scales to like be moving. It's slow. Like she's like, ugh, like has to like use her arm to move her leg. Like she sees her clothes. They're like on the ground next to the bed, and she's like, slowly reaches for it, almost loses balance, continues until a servant just floats over, picks up the clothes, and gives them to her.
Thank
She is
you.
fucked still. And you gather that there's no healing in your capabilities that's gonna help with that.
Totally.
Can't fix
Worth it.
everything, but I feel like you don't want that fixed.
Hmm?
Hmm?
Actually, didn't hear what you said.
Said I can't fix everything, but I feel like there are some things that are just too good to be fixed, you know?
Yeah. I think I might just be a snake all day. It's so much easier.
Or I could support you and help you walk there. Or you could just turn into a snake and curl her up around my neck again, or my boobs, whichever one you prefer. I don't care.
I'm in the house. I can be humanoid in the house. If I go out of the house, I'll just be a snake all day. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Besides, I don't know. I know you claimed my boobs first, but I don't know how Damon will feel about that.
Exactly. Using that jealousy. Mm. Hopefully that will incite something in him as well, if he gets me drift.
Listen, last night was already great.
And
Let's see
tonight
what
will be
happens.
even better. Mm.
I
And
love
she's
your
just
thoughts,
gonna
Val.
try and walk downstairs, and I imagine she falls at one point. Like,
It is wobbly. It is slow. Like
A-Star's just gonna come over and put Scales' arm around her neck and just be like, "Come on, Scales."
and it's not just your body that's sore, you're also fucking tired. Like you have no energy. So like everything is just very like a chore,
I
slow
could-
movement.
okay.
Scales, do you want me to try to bridal carry you?
I got something better. And she is just gonna end up shifting, but she's just gonna basically lay on top of A-Star's like chest. Like, eh.
Okay. It's
Okay,
not just your chest because you are still a medium-sized snake.
Yeah, but
But yeah, you do the neck coil.
neck on, and she's just like resting like on the boobs.
So she slowly gets dressed, hobbles a few feet, shifts into her snake form, getting back undressed, and just wraps up. Okay.
This is
Skill
life
The
is
wrap
now.
around your
Upper
chest.
Okay. So, after a few minutes of dealing with that, because it is a slow slither,
Oh yeah.
eventually, you make your way down the stairs, or towards the foyer. You see Kestrel and Auntie there,
Hi, Castro. Hi, Auntie.
and
Hey,
for
girls.
Kestrel and Auntie, you saw Daemon Ares walk out with his gear. He went over to like one of the side rooms to just change real quick.
Fair enough, yeah. Hey, girls. How's she doing?
Oh, she's living her
Nothing.
best life.
Glad to hear it.
Damon's still cooking.
Yeah.
Damon! Are there any
Yeah.
waffles left for Scouts?
Of course.
Ooh,
Yeah, you
bring
guys
me,
go
bring
grab
me,
some
bring
to
me.
eat.
Telepathically. Feed me, my lord. Ah.
Well, it's in the dining room. I'll be out in a moment.
Thank you.
Do you go to the dining room or do you stay in the foyer?
I'm gonna take Scouts to the dining room. We're gonna go to the dining room.
Okay. Scales, you see waffles just already on the table. And you do see the kid because the door's still open, of him like just currently like flipping something in a pan.
Do you want me to put you down or would you like me to feed you?
She just like opens her mouth like ah.
She's. Aestar's just gonna pick up some waffles and like feed
I
them
need
to
you to roll
Scales.
me animal handling to see if you accidentally like choke this snake.
Shove a whole waffle in her mouth.
Yeah.
Waffle.
It wouldn't be the
Okay.
first time a party member's choked me.
So you don't kill the snake. But it is a slow process, Scales, because your snake and exhaustion, and it's just they're kind of slow eaters to begin with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like the swallowing process is very slow.
Yeah.
But yes, you have some waffles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damon,
Yeah.
come here.
Okay. He sets down the pan and comes into the dining room, which is weird, Asar, because you're not hearing any of this conversation. It's just happening.
I come to my level.
Okay. And he does.
Look into my head, and she's gonna replay the entire memories of last night.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Why? As he gets a few images before he just cuts it off.
Training. You should really ask him for some training. I'm just saying. Physically, the man
don't-
is a beast.
I mean,
Think about it. Imagine doing that to A-Star.
I'm not asking him to teach me that. I'll just learn on my own pace. And trust me, I mean, considering some of the stuff you did to me, that's child's play. He's just very large and strong.
Exactly,
Yeah,
he's very
What are you
strong.
telling Damon?
She would just like nuzzle up against A-Star's chest. Like, meow.
She's being Scales. You hear that, A-Star in your head.
She's always Scouts.
Yeah, as she is. As he kind of sighs and goes back into the kitchen to finish what he was cooking. You guys enjoy a delicious breakfast, which is going to take a little while, especially because snaky.
Yes.
In the meantime, Kestrel and Auntie, you guys see eventually emerge. Daemon is wearing all his shit.
You ready now?
Oh, yeah.
Same deal as before.
Okay, so you guys step outside.
Yep. Well, again, Damon's going first.
Yeah.
So, what do you need to talk to us about?
He waits for the door to close. The kid.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys aren't telling me something big.
What are you looking for?
Well, I mean, it's no surprise. I was sent here for a reason. I may have
Yeah.
not been told, but I mean, why this little punk kid?
Mhm.
So I feel like you guys are. There's something to this story I'm not getting.
I mean,
Well, guess we'll say like something, Auntie. The kid is special. I'll tell you that much.
that's not
okay.
what I was going to say. Why did you even need to stop me?
Cause, I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but gods don't just act, on anything.
Yeah, they don't act
And
right
if-
on a whim.
And if I was called to do something,
Others may be as well.
yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to help you if I don't know the situation.
Can I do an insight check on him?
Sure.
Because basically, I want to see if his goal is to help us specifically.
If he seems genuine.
Yeah.
Okay.
19.
He is a stoic, straightforward kind of guy.
See, stoic is always the part that throws me off.
No, it's that kind of straightforwardness that you're kind of getting is whatever he says he means.
Okay.
Like, he says words in a way that conveys like the importance of them, and it's almost like my word is my bond, like that kind of forcefulness. Like every word he says is kind of his own law.
If I didn't mean
So
it, I wouldn't say it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So is your true wish then to help us? Ketchel says.
I mean, or to stop you. I'll be honest about that. I don't know what's going on, but I can tell you that I don't think any of you are bad folk,
Hmm.
but there is the worry.
I understand.
I mean, what is it going to take for you to stop us? We tell you that we're trying to raise some eldritch being.
Eldridge? Because he kind of looks confused.
I mean, I don't know. I until you tell me, I can't assess anything.
Well, essentially, the kid has some abilities that we don't fully understand.
He's strong as
And
fuck.
wait, what? Did you repeat that?
He's strong as fuck.
Well, he has some abilities we can't fully understand. We have some ideas of what it may be, but it's not really concrete. And part of our compatriots, Scales, obviously matter. Guess what says?
That I have.
Well acquainted.
Yeah. Her people's god Set. They have this sort of prophecy where she is supposed to be sacrificed for him to be, I guess, reigned all powerful. And so
Never
she's
heard of this set, but I get
Yeah,
the gist.
hang on.
I've run into a few cultists before, and they're all about sacrificing something to something to something for
Hang on.
something.
I believe he's under a different name now. He's a snake god. This is the character. We
I-
trying to find it.
I mean, I really don't know the name of many of the darker entities. I usually just kill them, they're cultists, and move on.
Fair enough.
They all
anyway.
kind of run
So
together
dark
after a
god,
while.
dark snake god, essentially, right?
Okay,
So
Evil means snake.
Yeah,
got it.
got a trickery one, and so part of that requires, I guess, for him to ascend to power. When I don't know exactly what the prophecy was exactly off the top of my head, but was that she should be sacrificed to him. And Scales, looking to avoid that, is trying to tap into the inner powers of the kid and potentially make him a god to counter Set.
For the first time you guys have met him, there's a moment where his face like obviously adjusts to be like,
Mhm.
"What did you just say?" Like,
Mhm.
like there's like a moment of where his brain has broken for a split moment,
Hmm.
and he like kind of pauses, like blinks his eyes, like your words stunned him for a moment,
Hmm.
and he just kind of like grabs his beard and kind of strokes kind of like the two braids and like the tuft that's in between.
Hmm.
Hmm. Well, I'll be honest, I have
Hmm.
dealt with a lot in my life. This is new.
Out of character, Jesus Christ. Level 20 damage there, and we stunned him straight. Like,
Yes.
No.
he's like, what the fuck?
Now don't get me wrong, I've had to deal with my own share of entities in the past trying to turn themselves into something greater, but you are all aware of what danger could be presented with such a path.
Yeah.
In some regard, not totally, though, being honest.
I do want to say, I know it sounds like a fool's errand, but we have a theory with decent amount of evidence showing he has a shard of divinity in him. If not a fragment.
His eyes narrow when you say that at you, Auntie. Like, he is locking in on everything, like looking you up and down. You can tell what you just said triggered something.
Hmm.
Because I'm going to tell you guys right now,
Hmm.
this path will bring much danger to you all and the boy. And quite frankly, I mean, I mean, I only got punched by him a few times. The boy's strong, but nothing special, and
Yeah.
he's obviously had some training, but he seriously lacks in judgment when it comes to combat.
He is very, very new.
He's about, I don't know, a few months.
Because as it stands right now, I don't think he would survive.
That is my worry as well, Castro says.
So, Demosaurus. This, I know the worry about there. But I'm going to be honest. I don't know if all the warnings in the world and multiverse would really deter Scales and the boy at this point.
Honestly, I think it's already too late for that. This
Likely,
path has
yeah.
been started. I
Mhm.
mean, not to sound egotistical, but I usually don't get called on small matters.
I would imagine not, yeah.
So, I know I'm not getting the full story with everything, and I understand why you might not tell me. I get the gist of things, but just know that this may not be the last time that you guys are imposed upon, and
Alright,
others that
well,
might not be as trustworthy or as forgiving as me.
yeah.
If they're half as strong as you, I might just want to retire.
See, my worry is I think this path has already been started. The only
Yeah.
way now is to see it through.
Mhm.
Well, would you have any inkling to how would we go about that?
I don't have anything planned for the next few months, but given how time goes, the
Mhm.
spring will lead me to greater challenges.
Mhm.
I do have a few promises to keep, and I'm a protector of some.
Mhm.
But for now, I do not have anything pressing.
Okay.
You all say you want to make your way to the kingdom of Lara. That is
Yeah.
a few weeks of travel.
Mhm.
Let me take the boy.
Okay.
I can
Come
at
with us?
least try to prepare him better.
When you say take the boy, do you mean traveling alongside with us, or you two go off on a air quote hunting trip?
Honestly, he doesn't need any distraction. With such limited time, I would need to take as much as possible.
I understand that, but you can obviously forgive my own wariness given how when we first met you that encounter was. Also the fact that we can't move this carriage without the boy himself.
I have a solution to that and to honestly both of those problems.
Okay.
Follow me.
Follows.
And he's gonna get off the cart and he's gonna go over to his tent and open it.
Mhm.
And Auntie and Kestrel, um, he opens it and his tent is empty. That large,
Mhm.
mass that you saw the previous day, it's not there.
Uh wait.
And he kind of like looks around.
Mhm.
Where is she? And he like brings his his thumb and his middle finger up to his lips, and he lets
Oh
out
god.
super
Kestrel like
loud whistle.
covers her ear.
I would do it, but I would be afraid to fuck up your guys' mic. So he does that, like a very loud whistle.
Yeah, no, Kestrel saw that and covered her ears.
Um, and there's a moment where you guys are just like, where this whistle is just kind of echoing out in the fields. And there's a pause. A moment passes. Another moment. And Kestrel, you notice it. Um, Auntie, you're like still like, oh fuck, that was loud. Kestrel, you notice a shadow flies over you. Like you look and you see the shadow cross out over the ground.
Mhm.
And you look up and there's nothing there.
Mhm.
And then you look kind of towards the west and you see just a shadow in the air as it's coming right towards you.
Mhm.
And there's a moment where you're like, fuck, I don't know what that is. I can't see it. And there's that initial, like, on guard, grab your weapons and both. Just that instinct.
Yeah.
As 5 feet from you, crashing into the ground, and Auntie, this is the first time you're noticing it. So you're like, oh, fuck. Scraping across the dirt road. You see this creature. Let me go ahead and pull this up for you. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba. Give me a moment.
One
It's a
moment,
sparrow.
2 moments, 3 moments, 4 moments.
Oops. Wrong map.
It is a tiny little baby sparrow.
Yes, it is the tiniest little bird. We shall call him Pete. Bu-bu-bu-bu-bu-bu.
Pete is better than Jeff.
Yeah, but that's not too much to beat.
Oh, it's a griffin.
Large, winged. But instead of like kind of the yellowish beak, I should have pointed this out when you saw it. It is a large black beak,
Gotcha.
and the griffin is, or this large creature is mostly kind of black with a smattering of like white feathers here and there.
Okay.
And the, you know, like even the part towards the tail that seems more beast than bird, like even that has like black fur. Go ahead, Auntie and Kestrel, to see if you guys know what the fuck this is.
What roll for that?
Nature.
With it being Griffin, will Arcana work?
I understand where you're coming from, but Griffin for this one, or Nature for this one.
All right, let me roll Griffin.
Nice.
You roll a griffin.
Makes sense. I roll Griffin.
Okay. Kestrel.
Mhm.
This is, you know, like this is a creature that, you know, you may have not seen,
Mm-hmm.
but when it comes to stories, this is, you know, like a type of creature that does appear a lot in legends, stories, myth, taverns, you know. You've heard it, you know, through the grapevine. Just by the description of it, with its large, you know, almost like hawk-like, eagle-like body with its large talons, wings, the tail end looking more beast than bird. You're like, oh shit, a griffin. These are dangerous. That's about all you get.
Gotcha.
Auntie, you understand this creature. You've seen probably one or two before in your life. These are mountaintop predators. Very dangerous creatures. They are horse eaters. They're known to, like, if there's horses, griffins will fucking just swoop in and kill them and eat them. And not just horses, cows, things like that. Pretty large animals. And griffins are known to love them, and that's their main prey. And you do know that, you know, these, given enough time, patience, understanding, and you know, a huge, you know, set of balls, you can use one as a mount because they are very ferocious creatures. So they don't normally take kindly to people just trying to ride them.
I have half the mind to tell everyone back at home this is wild horses.
And you guys notice that its beak is bloody, and at the tip of it, you see some type of furred creature. As you know, it just kind of like bites at it, tosses it up a little bit, like putting the whole tail end of whatever this animal was
Mhm.
in its mouth, and you see it swallow it, and then it just lets out a very loud. "Arr!"
I guess it was getting breakfast. Kestrel says, like, looking very scared.
Yeah. And he just like stares at the griffin for a moment, and the griffin kind of like nods and then looks towards you two. And you
Mhm.
can see its gigantic bird eyes like blinking and staring at you, looking you up and down, almost like intently trying to, you know, memorize you.
Mhm.
kind of sniffs at the air around you. Um, she could help.
Help in what regard?
Well, she would be able to help protect you all and assist in pulling the wagon while I take the boy.
What was her name again?
Susie.
And I had to write that down real quick. Forgot that. No, sorry.
Would you permit me to try something?
You might want to tell me what first, just in case.
I was going to try talking to her.
I would recommend that against that, at least for now.
You would know that this is not. I mean, you know what? You probably wouldn't. Now that I think about it, go ahead and try.
All right, I'm going to actually use spell slot just to bamf it.
Okay. This creature, you try to like really engage, sync with it. This is not a creature you can communicate with it. This is not a beast.
Yeah, as a player, I know that. As a character, no.
But you know, yeah, because this is your first time using it. Like you gather, like this entity, this creature is so removed from your average woodland creature that makes it to where you're like, oh, I can't communicate with this. Not only that, it seems to show an intelligence that is not normal for a griffin. Like the way it's studying you.
Yeah, after I cast the spell, I'm just like, huh. Normally that works. I think this one might be a bit more complicated than what I'm capable of.
Oh, I knew that wasn't gonna work. Susie really only talks with me.
Does she, like, communicate, like, via the mind, or how?
I guess. He looks kind of confused, like he doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm just going to say it works and not question it.
So, well, I kind of get the gesture. In regards to Susie, though, I mean, she obviously listens to you. I mean, I'm not sure she would entirely listen to us. No offense.
I mean, just look at it, Kestrel. It seems smart, much smarter than. Well, I don't want to offend. I was going to say animals, but I think that might be offensive. I think she's very smart, and if Daemon says, listen to these people, I think she might.
Well, sort of, but she also, you know, the reason she understands me is because of the bond we have.
Mhm.
But I could just instruct her to pull the carriage when you guys basically mount up for the day and
Mhm.
to just sleep outside and guard it at night.
So, well, like, because I'm trying to get like, because supposedly, you know, I'm just saying supposedly. I'm not saying, agreeing to it yet. Supposedly, we did do this. You said you would take him for a couple weeks. Yes.
Until you guys arrived at the Kingdom of Lara proper.
Yeah. So, like, would that be at Cassis or like where?
Outside the gate.
Outside the gate.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Because I do worry. I mean, you know, given that it seemed hungry, you know, I do worry about approaching town proper with.
Oh, no, she wouldn't do anything like that.
Has she been in town before?
Oh, many times.
Okay.
Then I don't think we have anything to worry about.
Fair enough.
Usually when
would-
you move around with a creature such as this, most people keep their distance anyways.
Oh no, I figured that. I meant more of, you know, accidentally eating food which might be someone else's. You know.
Oh, no. She hunts. I mean, she doesn't really like to go after stuff that she didn't herself, you know, take down.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Fair enough. Would you mind if Castro and I had a conversation about it? You know,
But of course,
hmm
you know, I'll begin packing up my stuff here because either way, I should probably set out today. So why don't you all discuss it amongst your clan? I know you guys said you're the
Clan
Godwins.
Clan, yeah.
amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
we're kind of transitioning from family to clan. It's a little weird spot for us too.
And I'll get her barding and stuff ready. So if you guys do decide to it, she'll be ready to go.
By the way, Damon, I assume that insight held, or would I have to properly do another insight?
I mean,
With the information you got from the insight, we know that he is.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I was asking because that's why I didn't constantly ask for
yeah,
insight. So,
it's pretty much the same.
yeah, fair enough. All right, so we go inside.
Before we go inside,
Mhm.
so Kestrel, and I imagine we're just by the car, but just before we go inside.
Mhm.
All right. So, two things. One, I think it's actually a pretty good idea. We keep
Hang on,
use all
let's
the-
just get
No,
the water
no.
first.
No, there's a reason for this. Hold on.
Okay.
And second thing, not it for telling Damien's new girlfriend. And I'm just gonna walk in after claiming not it.
Enters. I mean, we're gonna tell them all anyway.
I know. I just don't want to lose my head.
And as you guys are getting into the wagon, oh, also, if you think Susie would cause some problems like this, just let me know, and if a griffin doesn't work, I could get something else set up.
Wait, problems like what?
Well, if you didn't want to draw attention.
Can I get Arcana? Because I think as a player, I know what he's talking about.
Give me an Arcana check.
I'm assuming that's a no.
Yeah, you ain't got, because this is a higher level thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hang on, like Kessel stops. So one thing is we are looking to get into town at the. You said there was like that merchant point.
Well, there's the crossroads, and that's mostly what I was speaking of. And when you go down through the main road from the crossroads to the town, there are a few houses, farms, and stuff along the road.
Oh, so it's not like a dedicated shopping. Gotcha. Okay, never mind.
No. Crossroads is just kind of stalls and visitors and people who just set up. Sometimes people stay for a few weeks, months, days. It all depends.
Alright. Well,
In the road from there to the wall is farmland. There's houses every once in a while.
fair enough, because part of it is again, no offense to Susie, but she would be very much be a very imposing presence upon. Even though we are odd looking, it would look. The people would question as to how we have a griffin.
But again, point taken. I mean, you name it basically. What do you think would best suit your travel?
Could you do a horse?
Yes, I could do a mighty war horse.
Is that like a magic thing or?
Sort of. Think of Susie as a gift from Court himself.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Okay, I know horse, big thing with the group, but probably if we're choosing a mount, we should all discuss it too.
Yeah. So
again,
anything-
that can be a part of your discussion.
Yeah. Okay, we'll keep that in mind.
Just let me know. And
Okay.
he's gonna go to his tent and he's gonna start pulling out, like, you see these leather straps and all this other stuff, and he's basically getting barding prepared.
Gotcha. And we continue inside.
Okay. You guys enter in, and yep, you see the other ones like just kind of sitting at the, breakfast table, like, flapjacks and waffles. Oh.
I do got a question, DM.
Okay.
Because we are at the 2.5 hour mark.
I was just ready to say that.
All right,
And as you guys are, approaching the, dining room, we're gonna go ahead and take a break right there.
Boy, don't worry, Damon knows all the time as I already gave him the warning.
I mean, you said that, but last time, I mean.
Also, to be fair, I also didn't see that message. You guys always message me or say something right when I'm like trying to nuance the conversation to a
What was
break.
that?
That's fair. I've been holding it. So.
I know, and
Go
to be
pee.
fair,
Go.
when you're not around,
You
like,
can have more treat,
use the bathroom.
All right, let's catch you later.
Okay.
right? It was
Just have a
$2.50,
bottle nearby or
That's so
something.
freaking good.
Okay.
right?
Why do you do this?
So that you can have a sweet treat.
I know, but I want to eat this all day now.
So when I was talking to the girl, she's like, "Look, understand being diabetic, but also don't deprive yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you deprive yourself, you end up binging."
I need to take this away. else we can keep people. So
Also, that's really
crackly
fucked up to do that,
like-
like with my wife hearing that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right, mute yourself. That's just being a dick.
This is so good.
Just mute yourself.
There's a
That's
fellow diabetic in the room.
Well, I'm
I don't
not
want to
like-
know.
yeah, like just come on, man.
Sorry, she walked in and I didn't have time to mute
Okay,
it, and there was
just
like,
mute
bam,
yourself.
ice cream. Alright, well, actually, I'm going to switch over and go have
Yeah.
a cigarette.
Also, I can't wait to see how A-Star handles like, oh. we're
Oh,
gonna-
not well. Not well. I promise you that.
I also wonder how Scales is gonna think too, because
No, well. Hell no.
your patron powers, like you've been a lot of the last few fights, you've been hanging back and using him.
More importantly as well, which I think those two probably forgot. Scales made the
Yeah.
first rule. When
David Serious
dealing...
took the two most likely to say, okay, yeah, take the kid.
I can understand Demon Series' point of view because he doesn't know. The other two, however, know that the High Priestess is in charge. They should at least come to Scales first.
And
To be fair, he just presented them the information. The first thing they said is, let's go talk to everyone. So, I mean, you know,
And luckily for them, she has a level 3 exhaustion and she really doesn't want to fight at the moment.
yeah,
all the kid's gonna hear in his ear is no, 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 no. Just from the two women currently sitting in the dining
also, if any of you guys want to get married, let me know.
room.
Do it.
I mean, honey, I want to get married to you, but you know, borders and stuff is a bit of an issue at the moment.
I'm just saying, like, in game.
Listen. A-Star could technically marry anyone herself.
Well, do you have the components to do it?
I don't need to. I have the stone.
Oh, no. Anytime there's a gold powder or gold
Oh,
ore,
there's the gold thing for her?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
ceremony, 25 gold
Ah.
worth of powdered silver, which the spell consumes.
I think I know
Damn.
the spell you're on about ceremony, isn't it?
Yep. I knew because I almost took ceremony when we first made her.
Yeah.
Because it made sense. But other things made more.
I don't even know who Scales would marry.
Listen.
Herself, probably.
Sadly, the wedding, it specifically says, you two, you know.
This is D&D, there is multiple ways to make clones of yourself.
I get that, but, you know, you don't have that yet.
I don't have
Scales
that yet. no.
technically has a clone. Had a clone. At some point.
There's
Hello.
one thing that you could technically use on Scales.
There is. There's multiple ways.
Well, I was talking about the atonement.
Ah, that ain't gonna work.
It technically might.
It's a sweet
some more
thought,
food
but I
on
don't
top
think
of that.
Scales can ever atone for anything.
Well, I would want to at this point.
Not so much if want to, it's more. Is there any point
Never mind,
to it?
never mind, never mind. I just read the rest of it. No, that would be bad. He should not cast atonement on Scales at all.
Really?
I want to read it.
Oh, no.
Hold on. It's so
Does it
many,
change
right?
alignment?
On a successful check, you restore the target to its original alignment.
Oh!
Oh.
Yeah. Don't
Oh,
do
it
that.
sounds new.
There's one that returns you to a good alignment, isn't there?
No, that's atonement, and it only returns you to your original alignment.
Scales is not a lawful good character originally.
Yeah, definitely not.
No.
You're also not lawful good now.
No, but I'm better.
Because I think we established the other day the only person in this party right now that is good is technically Damon, the kid.
Well,
I
I'm
would
the
say
same way
A
as
star
well.
as well, but you know,
Is
like
she?
I mean,
Yeah,
she's more
you're-
good in comparison to everyone else.
given
Yeah.
cosmic balance, neutral, but given choices, given situations, yes, definitely.
Good.
Yeah. And those two sides have to balance out. So I would say you're like you're neutral good, like you're, that kind of area.
I don't know about Azazu specifically, but I know Yanti as a race is at the very least, monster manual wise, is neutral evil. So I imagine she's like chaotic evil.
No, you would. I mean, honestly,
Or like
the
true.
the Yanti you come from are lawful evil.
Lawful evil, yeah. Especially, yeah, more lawful evil. Which is
I would
bad.
figure
Out,
given the culture thing.
yeah. Out of the two, lawful evil is worse. I would
No,
say.
actually, lawful evil is probably the best one to deal with.
Really?
Yeah, Jacques was lawful evil.
Yeah, because you know what you're dealing with.
I mean, yeah,
Chaotic
but
evil is the scary one.
I don't know.
Oh, definitely.
I always see, like, whenever I think of, like, evil people and stuff, there's chaotic evil. You know they're evil, they're going to do crazy stuff, and therefore that's, you expect it. It's like the Joker.
But lawful evil has rules to it.
Yeah.
Though.
Exactly.
They have a rule and a set pattern and their own set of morals that they do follow.
Because a
Now
lot
they
of
I
might
don't
have
think I'll
fucked
do
up
that.
morals, but it's their morals.
the big thing that people get confused is chaotic evil does not mean chaotic stupid.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of chaotic evil entities that will pose as good people.
I imagine it kind
Exactly,
of
yeah.
like, I'm trying to think of two superhero people. Or supervillain people. Joker being like chaotic evil, and then Thanos being like lawful evil, in a kind of a weird way.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Joker isn't chaotic evil; he's lawful evil.
Is he?
Yeah, I would say so.
Oh yeah,
Fair. I don't know. Who's a chaotic evil person?
chaotic evil.
That's a good question.
I mean, a good example of that.
Catwoman?
No.
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 She has her own strict moral code and stuff like that.
She doesn't fuck with kids.
Um,
and
and a lot of poor people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She may be a thief, but she doesn't like,
Yeah.
outwardly steal from people who doesn't have anything worth stealing from.
Good chaotic evil character.
That's really hard to know.
I'm also just, brain mode broke.
Brain mode broke.
I'm actually doing better than I thought I would.
And I'm also thinking a lot of them that you guys probably won't know.
Yeah,
I can't think of any that you guys would know.
What about the ones we don't know?
what about... Ooh, I got one. Do you watch Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Fuck no. I don't watch garbage.
I know Game of Thrones.
Ramsay Bolton.
I'm trying to remember which one's
Evil guy
which.
from what I know.
There's a lot of evil people. Oh, Ramsay. Oh, is that the guy that, wait.
Yep. From the Battle of the Bastards.
It's been so long. And
Yeah,
like
he's
half the
dead, he's
people,
also-
like 99% of the people were dead.
I just thought of one. That's actually a good example.
Alright,
Dark
Oh,
Knight's
that
Joker.
That guy, yeah.
Dark Knight's Joker. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because everything he does is towards the evil spectrum, but he does sometimes help people out, and sometimes he does it because he wants to help them, or it's because he has his own motive and stuff like that. Usually it's both. But he does betray and help in weird ways, but it's all geared towards his own personal view of evil.
That's
So
fair enough.
chaotic evil.
I must admit, whenever I think of the Joker, I always think of the Dark Knight's version.
You gotta remember, think of comic books and
Yeah.
animated series. Joker.
Yeah, I know.
The better Joker.
I know, but
Hey.
I know films.
No, don't get me wrong. Dark Knight Joker was great in
Oh,
his
yeah.
own way. It's just, yeah. Because the whole thing is like, the other thing is like a lot of people think that, chaotic people can't plan, and the Dark Knight Joker is just, it's a good proof
massive
of
plan,
like, yeah, you can be chaotic evil and still plan. Like the planning has nothing to do with law and chaos.
If anything, his whole stick was appearing chaotic while having his plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I shall be back.
Yeah, it's heck, his whole thing to Harvey was literally, do I seem like a guy with a plan? You know, like
Yeah. Which is foolish because there's no fucking way that movie could happen, you know, like if he didn't plan everything out.
hmm It's funny because there was something that someone pointed out to me in a YouTube comment, right? When Harvey has the gun to his head, right? He actually had his finger on the hammer. So even if the the coin went the wrong way, he technically, even if you pulled the trigger, couldn't fire because again, finger on the hammer.
Listen, if we're talking about the Joker's whole thing in most of the comics, because that's what I grew up on. I've read most of the Batman comics. The fact that he is there to test Batman. His whole purpose.
He's there to test
break-
everyone.
But he's there. His purpose is to make Batman break and kill him. That is his goal in life. Is to make.
One bad day and all that.
He's trying to make Batman kill him. That's the ultimate struggle.
And it's not just that either. He also knows, and by doing what he does, he makes Batman stronger,
Mhm.
which just causes the Joker sometimes to have to up his game. That
I
is
mean,
why
like-
Joker is fucking scary, because, like, honestly, like, Batman is the most dangerous thing in DC. Like, hands down, basically. Joker's basically second. Like, he has fucked over Darkseid, like, he has destroyed the Justice League. You know, like, yeah.
Mhm.
And
It's
he
kinda-
purposely targets those around Batman to drive him insane. Like, if you look at what he did to Jason Todd, if you look at what he did to Barbara Gordon,
To be fair,
to drive him insane.
I have to disagree with that, because those events only ever happen once in a great while.
Yes, but when he did do those events, he made sure it was public and that Batman would have knowledge of it and claim it.
I mean, yeah, that's just the Joker.
And it was both things that he had to deal with the long-term repercussions of.
I just remember the conversation like that was in general of, I think a few days back we were talking about like, what Jim calls it, Crigetin like converting scale like with Tulip doing the mid memory thing, converting scales like completely evil. I just imagine like Scales going up to her, it's like, hey, I want to be Atonement. Okay, cool. Atonement. Kills
Hey,
A-Star
boy.
automatically. Just like,
Mhm.
it would have been funny.
Or are you still having a cigarette?
No, I'm back upstairs.
Damn it, that means I have to pack up.
Yeah.
You took like
Remember,
forever, man.
Yeah, remember when I start my break, I immediately, do my stuff and,
Yeah.
Also, just heads up, you ever want to talk Batman? I'm obsessed.
I'm down with talking Batman. I don't know everything, but I'm down with talking to him.
All I know is
Ever
Batman-
since I was 6 years old, I could name all the Robins in sequential order. And I used to be able to name the comic issue where they became Robin and the comic issue where they stopped being Robin. I can't do that anymore because that was memory I had to dump eventually.
Okay,
I
so
think the most prevalent thing I know about Batman is that his whole concept of not killing people is stupid because he would physically harm and maim and kill multiple people.
I mean, yeah.
yeah.
Being someone in consciousness is very much, yeah.
Permanent brain damage, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, handing people upside down from the many places that he did.
Okay.
With the Batmobile. They're
Yeah.
back.
Okay.
I need a blanket.
Yeah, I stole a comforter earlier.
It is currently -2 in my.
Wait, what temperature? Celsius or Fahrenheit?
I converted it for you, honey.
Thank you.
Actually, it's probably colder.
It is currently... Okay, it's 6 degrees, but I will also say it's chucking it down with rain.
Okay, never mind. I lied. It is now.
It's 28 degrees in your apartment?
No. It's even lower now.
Oh,
It is -5 Celsius.
no. Stay warm.
I'd offer you my heating blanket, but I really need it.
I don't need it.
It feels like 3 Celsius here, but again, it's pouring it down with rain. So, meh.
As long as Sketch is bundled up in all of the fucking blankets, I don't care. Plus,
Aw.
when I'm sitting in one place, I burn hot, so I cold temperature actually helps.
Hello.
Is everyone ready?
Just grabbing a blanket, but I'll be ready.
Are we
Oh.
still waiting for Rye?
That's what that, question was.
He's not in here in Roll 20, so yeah.
I know.
Alright.
Oh. I feel like I keep listening to the same 3 songs on repeat. Becoming a problem.
Nice. I have those moments too.
Because it's recently just been Wellerman, Pierre, or Nancy Mulligan.
Hmm.
Mr. Flowers says hi.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Flower.
Hello. Man, a warhorse is a lot weaker than a griffin.
Oh yeah, I imagine so.
I would expect a lot of things than a great.
Hello.
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 Is everyone ready?
Yeah,
I am ready.
I just realized the music wasn't playing.
I hear.
Music's been going for me this whole time.
The fuck?
It's probably frozen on your end. It sometimes does that.
Yeah.
But it's been
Now the
playing.
music
Stop now.
stopped.
Fight the power.
Alright,
So,
so it's-
everyone good?
Mm-hmm.
So, as the party gets back together,
Mm-hmm.
minus one who's still in the kitchen cooking.
Yeah, Damon, you might want to come in here for a sec.
Sure, let me just finish. I mean, I can hear you from here.
Okay, this is important, so just make sure you hear clearly and, comment when needed.
Will do.
And, Scales,
Mhm.
if you don't mind, is she, like, human now, or is she snake still?
Snake.
Just
She's
a
still
snake.
staying.
If you don't mind transforming to human, because I would need to hear your thoughts as well.
For this conversation, how about we just take it to the kitchen? That way, kid doesn't have to shout every time.
DM,
Yes.
would Astra be able to pick up on their tone? That's
I
somewhat
mean-
serious.
They said it was serious.
Okay, she's gonna keep going with it.
Right. Damon, can you ask the servants to give me my clothes? Apparently I have to talk. Grumble, grumble.
Okay. Servants come and get you clothes.
Thank you. It's your slipper of face, get redressed. This
Okay.
better be worth it.
Okay. So, to sum it up, Damasaris is very curious in regards to why he was sent by Core to test the kid, because, he sees that, the kid's obviously strong, but he doesn't understand fully the reasons why.
That he's a god.
Yeah, so here's exactly, and we'll relay exactly what we told them.
I mean,
Divulge button.
Yeah, so divulge what we told him first.
yeah, it makes sense.
So,
Nothing
Just a
surprising
little bit
there.
more to make more sense about, like, this is random.
yeah, so we told him that, essentially the whole thing was set, and that how.
I mean, you didn't have to go
Damon-
that far.
Well, because I think we had to give context, otherwise
I mean,
he may have just.
never mind. He already knows now.
Yeah, he already knows
To be
now. So.
fair, it's because I like Kestrel talk. If it was me, I would have just said, oh, there's a big angry snake and we're training Damien up to punch it.
I think
Or
the point Scales is trying to make is, sometimes less is more.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally get that. It's just based on his tone, he was very much.
it's not
like-
so much. Anyway, it's a moot point. Let's just move on with that.
And to counter that point, Scales. I mean, after last night, I didn't think there was much in between you. And,
It's not that, and
Big
I'm
Man.
on
He
about.
just points his head out of the kitchen just with a sly smile on his face.
Not
To
that
be
I was
fair,
on about. Again,
that's-
it's a moot point. Move on.
And I mean, that's not the only reason that we think Damon's a god or that we treat him as such. I mean, she points to herself.
Yeah, I know, but anyway. So
Be careful next time you divulge personal information like that, please. Thank you.
yeah, I apologize. It's just given his tone, he wasn't sure if we were a threat or not, and I thought the whole thing would, ease his fears in a way. He does.
Also, second question whilst we're talking on the topic of religious things. Who made
Yeah.
you the high priest?
I am not the high priest. You are.
Exactly.
So what's that to
When
do with this?
talking about such matters,
Mhm.
such as divulging such religious things,
Mhm.
who's the best person that you think you would direct that person to?
he raises a hand. You literally told me to spread the word.
Spread the word, yes, but I'm all about specific information.
Yeah. I mean, you literally gave me that job.
And you didn't
And,
say anything, if I believe. By your word, you like hearing Kestrel talk?
Again, part of it also was
Fair
I didn't
enough.
want to go into too much detail of the processes you guys were using.
Yeah, but you already went into too much detail in the first place. Anyway, my point
So he
being,
has
if you want...
Is that what we're getting at? He has questions for us.
Yeah,
Then.
so
Yes, but what I'm trying to say before we let this continue, next time you decide to speak to someone otherwise known as the Hand of Cord, or other champions of other gods, maybe let the High Priestess know first.
Fair enough.
that is fair.
Okay, continue with your ramblings, I'm tired.
Kid pokes his head out of the kitchen. Wait, did Scales just win one? And he looks over at A-Star. That doesn't happen often. He's nodding towards you, Scales, gives you a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
And he's going back to the kitchen.
So, in regards to that, the emissary sees that while he's not sure entirely if the path we are is, he says basically it's the path is already underway and others may try to test him as well. kinda like the
Obviously.
emissaries did. And he basically
Yeah,
says the kid needs to toughen up and that he's willing to train him for a bit.
So Damon says he's gonna come with us.
That's actually the thing. He said, based on the level of training it would need, he would rather take the kid on his own for a bit.
Damon, can you come here, please? This is more about you than anyone else here.
Yeah,
This is
kinda-
why
that's
I
why I
said-
told him to come in here. Yeah.
Okay,
This
the
is why
kid turns off the burner, sits down. Okay.
He wants
Those-
to take Damon alone.
For a bit, yeah. At least till we reach the first stop in the Kingdom of Laura to Cassis.
Well,
There's also another thing we gotta talk about, but yeah.
There's nothing.
That-
There's nothing.
Weeks
no.
away.
There's nothing to talk about. My lord, would you like to go training with the champion of court? Get
Kid
stupid
kind of
strong.
looks wide-eyed as you guys are talking about this. Looks at you, Aster, gives you that look of fuck. And then he looks at you, Scales. Well, I mean, he's not wrong. He did really kick my ass.
The training would also be good and super strong. I couldn't think of a better person to train. A fellow champion of a god, so to speak. A strong one at that.
And he immediately looks at A-Star.
You can't let that influence you either. You're the patron
Yes,
and
I
god.
do. It's a promise between people. And he looks back towards A-Star. I know your worries. I know you would much rather I stay, or he come with us, or you come with me to that, but I honestly feel like if I do go with him, I hope you understand why I think I might be safe. And I mean, as far as you guys go, I mean, aren't we almost to the crossroads? Shouldn't it be safe around there?
It should be, yeah. Oh, that's also another thing. We shouldn't get too much eyes on us up to this point, as much as we were worrying about it before.
Well, just give me a moment, Kestrel. And he looks back towards A-Star.
Yeah, go ahead.
I won't do it if you don't want me to, but, you know, everyone's right. I might not get a chance like this again. And it's not like I'll be gone, you know, I'll be there. And he kind of gets close. I'll be in, here, and he usually points to your head, and here, as he points towards your heart. And, if you ever want to talk to me, before bed or anything, I'll be beside you. You know that, right?
I know that.
What was that?
I know that.
So, what do you think? It'll just be for a little while.
She takes a very deep breath, kind of like just feeling herself for a moment on the
And
end.
he kind of takes your hands and, like, holds them. Like, kind of squeezes them to be like, I'm here, like, just...
She's gonna look him in the eye. Give him a say, "You, oh my God, I am your cleric. I will follow what you choose."
And he looks a little bit kind of down at the response. And he kind of looks over at Scales and back to you, A-Star. I don't do this because I'm your god or your patron. I do this because we're godwins, and I don't want any of you to worry about me, and I want to be there to be able to protect you all, so... I do this so... And he kind of stares deep at you, A-Star. I do this because I want to be able to live for you and protect you all. That's why. Not an order, not a command. Do you trust me with this? As he just kind of stares at you, A-Star.
I will always trust you, Damon.
And he just goes in for a really big, deep hug and kiss.
I don't like it.
I know.
It's
And I
just-
will make this up to you with an amazing date. It'll make the last one look really, really pathetic.
You mean the one where you made me cleric and you kissed me?
Yes. Child's play.
How long? She'll just say towards Kestrel, not looking away from Damon, just toward Kestrel and Hanji.
Okay.
How long?
Out of character, you said a couple weeks, right?
Yeah.
Couple weeks.
It should
Not
be.
what I meant. How long until? When does he want to leave?
It would be now, if I recall correctly, right, Damon?
You said today.
Yesterday, yeah.
He wasn't out of time.
Well, if he's going to leave today, I best have a word with him beforehand.
And
Yes.
I would also like some time with A-Star.
Okay.
Yeah, how about we give you two some space?
Scales
Kestrel?
Scales is already gone at this point.
Yeah, we'll just walk out.
Yeah.
Wow, I've never seen them move out of the place so fast. Besides Scales, she was still wobbly.
Yeah.
It's yelling from. I imagine just yelling. We're learning.
She had
Um,
a very nice night last night.
Yeah, she made me see a bit of it. It was, wow. Um, anyways, so also we weren't really clear. We should probably, and telepathically as you guys are walking out, he basically to the rest of the party you hear. So tell him yes, but I'm gonna need a few hours.
Okay.
And he, like looks back at you, A-Star. You heard it as well. Um, Scales still wants to talk with me, but besides that little bit, um, what do you want to do? My time is yours.
I don't know.
I mean, we could get a little bit of a repeat of last night, and then maybe just let me cuddle and stare at you for a while. I want to make sure I've got all the details down.
Why do you watch me?
What was that?
Why do you watch me?
One more time? Sorry.
Why do you watch me, Damon, at night? You always seem to watch me. Why?
Well, sometimes I feel like if I look away or stop looking, I'm afraid I'll lose you. Or that I'll wake up from the dream.
What dream?
You.
What's a dream, Damon?
Sometimes it feels like it. Every once in a while I have to pinch myself.
Damon. Things gone through, which you'd be proud I told Gals about some of it.
See, she's not as dangerous as you think. Well, sometimes, she has her moods.
I told her about the things I showed you. About why I'm so protective over you. But I'm not a dream, Damon. We both know that.
I know,
Right.
but it pays to, make sure every once in a while.
I'm trying to stay strong. I don't know if you can tell that. I am.
I know. I am super proud of you, and I know that this is, we just got each other, but,
I wanted to scream no right. Please.
I know. Just know that, I will be there, okay? Those aren't just words. And, I'm not going anywhere. It's just, I should also probably get a haircut before I go.
It'll just grow back. You mess.
I know, but at least, get it short for a while.
Yeah, you want to match mine.
Yeah, maybe a little shorter, because mine does grow really fast. And just because of your passive insight, A-Star, there's something more to what he's saying. But again, you're not a mind reader.
Damon,
Yeah?
you remember what we promised each other?
Which part? I remember all of it, but
About where we tell each other the truth? Be honest.
you're really good at picking up stuff. I'm not lying and I'm not hiding anything. Let's just say there's a pleasant surprise. How about that?
Pleasant surprise.
Yes.
Now or later.
It's gonna take me a while, so I can work on it while I'm, away from you. But it'll be something to look forward to when I return.
Right? They still give me
And it won't be bad. Like, time in the house flies by. Plus there's tons of movies and stuff you can watch, and it'll be like I'm there.
I might as well learn to read while you're gone.
Yeah, she did change the books in the library, so you should be able to learn lots of stuff.
Mm,
So
right. Lots of things.
yeah. So I'm gonna go talk with Scales. And in the meantime, why don't you head to your room and we will once I return, we can discuss how we're gonna spend our last few hours together. Well, not last, just until we see each other again.
Yeah. Don't change those words, thank you.
And he's just gonna go in for another big hug and kiss. I know. You're strong. You're a strong, powerful woman. You got this.
Yes,
Thank
you make me feel emotions, Damon. I don't like it.
I know, but I'm glad I do make you feel them. And he kind of like smiles, like caresses the side of your face, gives you a kiss on the forehead, and says,
You're the only one that make me feel them. Go talk to Scales.
he blushes and just kind of smiles as he walks out. Scales, I'm supposing you went to your room, or are you going?
No.
Can we have a little rewind?
Yeah. I was
Right.
just
And
getting into.
Scales was not going to a room. She was going to speak to Demissaries.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
So I'm gathering the rest of you guys are going to Demissaries as well.
Yep.
Okay.
There's one thing I want to say as soon as we left the kitchen. So, and I imagine it closed the door behind. Okay. That's an emotional moment. Alright. Hey guys.
Yeah.
We're all agreed that him going with Demissaries is a good thing. How are we going to survive? He's
We're gonna-
literally been our lifeline.
To be frank, no. That's the whole reason why this is such a good idea. We all rely on Damon far too much, and there is going to be times he can't be there for all of us all at the same time. We need to learn to have
Also-
our own backs.
Also, not to mention, Demissaries is letting us borrow his Griffin for a bit. So
Griffin?
that'll help a bit. Oh yeah, points to it.
Do I know what Griffin is?
Oh, you guys are still in the house because
Yeah.
on
I
I'll
top
show
imagine
you.
they'll-
I'll show you when we get outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But,
Go
imagine
ahead
there
and
was a
roll me
walk and
a,
talk.
Um,
go ahead and give me a nature check.
12.
Same as Kestrel. Like you've heard of it by tale. You don't really like. You heard it's some weird big flying monster.
I haven't eaten it before. Okay.
I mean, probably not.
Huh. Just, Casual, I know you're the leader and everything, but please, when it comes to religious matters and whatnot, just let me handle it.
Okay.
Thank you.
That means she technically won 2 now.
I mean, technically, it was the same one as the first one, but anyways.
Yeah.
But you guys head
Scales will
outside.
say to Ronti, I win all of them. It's not my fault he denies them.
Only recently, though.
Just gives you the look of like, really?
Okay.
Yep.
Scales, as you step out, it's fucking cold.
Obviously.
Yeah. And given your slow movement, it even sucks more because you're slowly moving through the cold and you're tired and you're like,
Yeah.
fuck, why am I still awake?
Why are we dealing with important religious matters now? Why?
You really just
Yes.
want to coil up somewhere warm.
I know I do.
Um,
But I'll look around for Demissaries and such.
you guys see him. He is still continuing to set up barding.
hmm
When you guys went inside, it was just like straps and stuff, but now you're seeing he has armor to go with it.
Ah, cool.
So this is armored barding.
Mhm.
And it seems to be of a design that would fit most four-legged creatures because it seems like, Kestra just looking at it, like there's a lot of straps and stuff that it would allow you to resize it. And like in between some of the harder plates, there's like chainmail and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Demosaries, can I speak to you for a moment?
Yeah. What do you need?
It's in reference to Damon.
Okay.
I feel like a reintroduction's in offer because I felt like this information was probably left out. And she just eyes Kestrel like, You heard of the kid's prowess and my initial plan, yes?
Yes.
You could consider myself the High Priestess of Damon. Aster, the white-haired Azamar, she's the cleric of Damon, the first one. So you can understand why there may be a bit of emotional tension type thing when you're taking away our patron, so to speak, away. You're doing this for training purposes, yes?
Okay, I'm just gonna stop you right there. This has nothing to do with all of that. The boy is in danger. You are all in danger, and I'm just gonna help you out.
I know
I-
that.
Let's not get into the mistakes you've made and putting people down a path so dangerous, so unprepared. When it comes to matters of religion, I don't know if you're a person to speak of them. For you chose this path and made this decision with no knowledge of what it means, I guess. Or there'd be no way you'd be in this position. So yes, I will train the boy, but please do not discuss matters of religion to me.
I wasn't going to. I was just merely stating how important he was to us.
I understand that, but this isn't about any of that. This is purely based off of he is not ready.
And hence why you offered to train him, yes?
Yes.
Well, I
So-
ask that you keep him safe then.
The boy will be in my charge, of course, but I will treat him as I would any other trainee. And to be fair, never mind.
Everyone
But it
inside
sounds
there.
like
Can I inside there?
he was gonna say something and didn't.
Go on and speak here. I know you have many words for me.
I actually am a man of very few words. So, you've made your decision then.
The child's excited for it.
Like summer camp.
That's good. He'll need it.
To be frank, I must admit I would rather you have asked him in person versus going to my friends here.
Well, you seem to be the boy's keepers in many regards, so I figured this was the best course of action.
I mean, he has a point.
We're not so much as keepers. He's a,
Zalti pulls out her contract.
he just means more to us than... On the equivalent of Cold meaning a lot to you. Not just in the religious sense. But he gives us a lot of hope. So bear that in mind whilst he's in your charge.
Well, that's your point.
Just keep him safe, okay?
I've already stated as. Now, if we can move the point across the point of the boy's safety, which I can guarantee. What other decision have you made? As he gestures towards the now Griffin. Scales, given your intents and only caring about this conversation, getting your point across, you for the first time notice the large Griffin, and you're like, "Oh fuck, that's a big bird." Wait.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to talk to them about that. She immediately wanted to come over and talk to you concerning this matter.
There's a point to the Griffin? It's very beautiful, by the way. But I don't see the problem.
Move the
Scales.
Hmm?
Go ahead and roll me an animal handling.
Yay.
Actually, Auntie and Kestrel, if you guys, because you would both see this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Animal handling for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
All of us?
Yep.
-1. 7.
Yeah, Scales doesn't notice this.
I have a question. Can I inspire myself?
No. It's clearly
I
allies
tried.
in the wording.
I'm not my
And
own
this
ally.
is more of a passive role, not an
Yeah.
active one, because you didn't ask for it.
Yeah, I know. Why
You
do I
could try.
keep going sleight of hand? Animal
I
handling.
don't know.
My cursor just rests there. 21.
Okay. Auntie. Susie is currently looking at Scales a certain way, as one would a delicious meal.
Scales, kindly back away, please.
It
Dinosaurs.
doesn't. It doesn't seem like it's not a matter of like aggressive thing, but there's that moment in the eyes where, like, you swear the griffin is basically licking its lips. It's not acting on it. You can just, it's like,
Yeah.
Mm.
All right.
Like,
I still say what I say though because
Yeah.
mother
I
instinct.
just wanted to be clear.
Yeah. But Auntie does say when Scale says why. Birds like snakes. You look delicious.
I mean, I should take that as a compliment, but the beast is tame, yes? It's not going to eat me on sight?
Of course. I mean, but I can't stop, old Susie from feeling what she feels.
I'll just make sure I stay a bit further back not to tempt her. Other than that, I think she's a fine beast.
So you want her to stay a griffin?
I think that'd be fine, yeah. We didn't get a chance to talk to the others, but what do you two think?
I mean, what? I'm confused. What are you on about?
Okay, let me catch you up.
Yeah, go ahead.
He offered to change the beast into another form if we wished. He said almost
Warhorse.
anything's possible.
Yeah.
Well, given that the two of you literally just said you was concerned about, fighting without Damon, the beast is capable of defending itself or defending others, yes?
Depending on its form.
As it is currently then.
Oh, in its current form, yes, it is very capable. But there are many other forms I could give it that would be, dangerous.
What's the most dangerous form you have that could also carry a cart?
I mean, most of them can pull a cart.
And given the flying capabilities as well, would your friend here let others sit? For Kestrel, for example.
Telling you right now, I would not advise that.
I would probably agree with that sentiment, yeah.
Auntie would like to kind of slither over. Damn it. Thank you, Scales. You got me that. Would like to kind of just sidestep over Damasaries and whisper something.
Okay.
Are you able to make a unicorn?
Oh, no, my power isn't that great.
Damn it all. It's worth a shot.
How about this? Could the beast fly with the wagon in tow?
Oh, definitely not.
Okay, so it's otherwise purely land-based.
Yes.
But it can defend itself, which is good.
I mean, if we unhitch it from the wagon, flying is still pretty great.
I mean, if you want, I could, show you a form or two.
In regards to what?
I mean, a form it could take. There's a few land beasts that I could transform it into.
Sure, why not?
Perhaps stick with ones that defend in itself but otherwise wouldn't look too out of place.
What was your favorite ones?
He kind of thinks about it for a few moments as DM kind of looks at the list. Because there's one. I'm just double checking. Um. Search, damn you, search. There it goes. No, definitely not that one.
Elephant.
That is one of the ones you could do.
I'm up for that.
Just double checking to see which ones were.
Or we're all going to cast a vote, but just because now I know elephant's there, that's where my vote's going as a player.
Baby shark, because why not?
Baby shark did it.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, there is one beast of burden that could potentially work.
Such as?
I have no idea what it's called,
Mine.
but I could show it to you.
Then do so.
And he's going to spend the next 10 minutes.
Just realized I was muted this whole time.
And after 10 minutes, immediately the kid starts walking out of the wagon as the griffin has a shimmer across its body, as there's like a radiant glow that shimmers across with like bolts of electricity going across it as well. And with the blinding kind of light, you guys gotta like blink for a moment. Even though it's day, like this light is intense. So you guys gotta like wince and look away. And by the time you look back, you see a large. Go ahead and roll me a nature check.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. 5.
Casual, you have no
21.
fucking clue what this is.
Yeah.
Nat 20. Oh, wow.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. Auntie, Scales, this is a giant fucking rhinoceros.
Nice.
Nice.
Question: have I eaten one?
Maybe.
Yeah.
And have I partied with one?
No.
Okay.
I think those are just our two base questions
And
as
I will have
players.
to say, because of your guys' high rolls, you would understand that you have no fucking clue if this animal belongs in this region.
Like a unicorn, but it has 2 horns.
You said we have no clue if it belongs?
Because again, all of your guys' knowledge on where creatures lived is old.
Yeah.
Serious world, yeah.
This one is also not a standard rhinoceros with, like just skin. This is a furry one.
Ooh,
A woolly rhinoceros.
it's fluffy.
It is a fluffy one.
Yeah.
Keep it as this, please.
And it has like the same kind of black fur with little splotches of white here and there.
As I know now, I'm just imagining Bella with a rhinoceros. Yeah.
Yes.
Just imagine a ball of fluff with 2 horns.
It's not super fluffy. Like its fur is probably only like a couple inches long.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
But the
I
kid
know,
goes,
but
"Holy crap, that is awesome!" And Daemon Sayers looks at you all. So,
Would this be out of place in this region? Kestrel asks.
I mean, you might get a few eyes, but it's not. It's honestly probably the least weird, powerful thing I have. I got this and a big wolf. Other than that, maybe a war horse, but that's gonna start cutting away from defensibility.
Question: in comparison to the two when going to this new city, which one would be otherwise more?
Vicious?
not suspicious, just less questions asked about it. Type in the griffin or the rhinoceros.
Oh, rhinoceros, definitely. I mean, I do know that these, and this is where I saw this, north of the Ash Mountains, these creatures roam. So it's not unheard of for people to use them as, you know, creatures of labor.
Then I think, at the very least, that's my food made.
It's actually, some of these animals are exported to Kingdom of Lair. You might actually see these. They perform the same work as, say, a horse or a bull would.
Gotcha.
Though these beasts tend to not be cheap. Not the most wealthiest, but not cheap. So if you guys are gonna try to pass as simple farmers or something, people might question that.
I do
Sounds
have a
fair.
question actually, because it was brought up the other day. When going through the checks and such things, would there be, say, any mage guards that are doing, whole detect magic, that sort of thing, to figure out if you carry any hidden magical things or not?
Good
Some of the towers enforce, guards and stuff with such capabilities, but I mean,
Wouldn't it be questionable?
hold- the kingdom of Lara is vast, and even some of the towns that surround the towers are pretty sizable.
Hmm.
There's not enough, coverage to get everything. And I'm limited. I've never been through one of the gates, and I haven't been to all the cities, so I can't tell you everything that exists there.
I mean, with this thing, I think getting
But-
through a gate is the least of our worries.
But also, I think that brings up the point of hide and seed magic is pretty much a moot point when we have a giant rhinoceros.
I mean, it distracts from the magic, that's for sure. And also, you said it's not the cheapest thing, but also not the most wealthy. It goes for the merchant story we're rolling with.
It does. I do have one question though. Since you've travelled around the place, so
I mean, after you guys say that, he kind of pauses and he
Mhm.
thinks about it. Give it a moment. Let's see if he can fucking roll this.
Advantage?
I was actually giving him advantage because he spent a lot of time around there.
Yeah.
Huh. You guys could all just say that you're traders from the land up north of the Ash Mountains.
that would explain the beast, I imagine.
Yeah, that's true.
The north, because I'm not sure if you're familiar, but Ash Mountain contains a large dwarven kingdom in there.
Oh.
And the northern bit, coming out from Faladon, has been expanding over there. And there are a lot of people who've been gathering over the last few years towards the north end, kind of trying to set up outposts and trades out there.
And so you said is it north end of settlements, and what was that? Something dumb place?
Faladon.
How do I spell that?
DM, give me a moment. Yeah. I have too many screens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bluetooth. Bluetooth. Get out of the way, Susie. Do, 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 do. Oh, I've been pronouncing it wrong. Falond.
Sounds
Faladon.
phallic.
And that's a name of a settlement.
Apparently.
Okay.
And the area is far away enough and not tied to, Lara at all, so, if they don't recognize you, it would make sense.
Fair enough.
I also
It would give you some, and he thinks about it, ambiguity.
I also have another question for you. Since you've travelled around the place, do you know of the name Eladon at all? I believe he's some like archmage or something.
And he thinks
Okay.
about it.
We actually talked. Didn't we talk about that when they had the
not about
sex?
him specifically, no.
No.
Mm.
He thinks about it. I mean, maybe? I don't know. I've met a lot of people and I forget about half of them.
Oh, I just understand he was like a really important archmage. Being someone of the arcane nature myself, I was curious.
I'm not gonna lie, most arcane users rub me the wrong way. So I tend to forget most of them.
Well, I hope you don't forget about me.
Oh, I won't.
That's good to hear.
Never had a woman try to bite me so much. I mean, he just kind of like scratches his beard and like just contemplating.
She'll extend like one fan.
So, does this creature work for you?
It works for me just fine.
Works for me.
Okay. And he's gonna start getting the, all the barding and stuff ready for the woolly rhino.
Yay.
That will be your guys' mountain companion for the next leg of your journey.
See, now that we had one, I just want to buy one to keep around forever.
Okay. So,
The trial version.
in Scales, the kid is basically kind of been sitting back while this conversation was happening. And as Daemon Series goes to work on that, he kind of turns to you. You wanted to talk with me?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I wanted to... She kind of like looks around. Let's go somewhere a bit private.
I mean, and he talks in his brain, in your head. I mean, this is pretty private. We don't technically need to go anywhere.
I know telepathically, but she says I don't want to cry again in front of everyone.
Oh, okay. Sure. And you guys find a place where no one is.
Yay! Hey. A-Star's doing okay?
I mean, as well as you'd think.
Poorly then.
I mean, yeah. Please be there for her.
I will. I just wanted to talk to you about our conversation like a few days ago now. I think it was a few days ago. Can't remember how long it was.
It's been like a week.
Yeah, it's been like a week. I imagine she's so exhausted that she just doesn't remember time anymore. How's the chain looking?
I don't think you've really come to grips with everything. I feel like there might be some in turmoil still. I mean, it hasn't like broke or chipped away anymore.
Yeah, it's about that. I won't go anywhere, but don't let me go anywhere either, if you know what I mean.
I guess.
Just, if I start to like...
We are a very awkward group of people, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
Like, we have our moments, but like, I find that just everyone in this group is awkward, like in some situation or another.
Yeah. I'm just trying to put it... What happened with Kogaten has kind of got me worried that, something may happen and I might snap, so to speak. So...
Well, don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would try not to snap, but... just... Make sure you get that chain and wrap it around me super, super tight so you don't ever let go, okay?
Okay. I think I know what you're trying to say.
Do you?
Yes.
Insight, does he?
Go ahead and roll insight.
Yeah.
Disadvantage.
Obviously. Everything's a disadvantage
Yeah.
these days. Yeah.
I mean, choices and
Fear
consequences.
though.
Yeah, you gather he knows exactly what he's talking about.
Cool. Cool. Well, I know you know, but
I think you need to lie down, Scales.
I am really tired. Like really tired, but
Here, let me get you back in the house.
no,
and-
not yet, not yet. And she just wants to give him a hug, just a huge hug.
Okay.
Just
Um,
don't give up on me, okay?
unlike previously, where like he would deer in headlights for like a fucking minute straight.
Yeah.
Like there isn't that much of a like delay between you giving him a hug and him returning it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
I'll be fine.
I know you'll be fine. I'm not about I'll be fine.
You'll all be fine, okay? Like you
I
got
mean,
that kick-ass rhinoceros. Like I'm actually kind of jealous. You guys get to go hang out with a rhinoceros.
To be fair, you get to have like a champion of Cord. That's like pretty high up there. He's pretty much a rhino.
I don't know why, but I have a feeling
That is gonna hurt a lot.
it's gonna hurt a lot. I
mean, yeah. But then you'll come back like super strong and powerful, and you can protect like A-Star again.
Or I'll be super skittish and a broken person. But sometimes in life you gotta throw them dice.
I have faith in you.
Uh,
But yeah, just don't forget about me, and
literally gonna be like a couple.
don't give
weeks.
up on me either.
I won't.
The others might, but if I snap or whatever, just unsnap me.
Okay.
Yeah, and wrap me up super tight.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to have a nap. You're repeating yourself a lot.
I know, I'm really tired.
Okay, let
Why-
me just. And
why
he's gonna
did they-
scoop you up, and he's
Why
just
do
gonna
we have religious talks
not-
now?
not like he's like just okay, just close your eyes.
Okay, she becomes a snake and just nestles in.
Yeah, he's
she's
gonna
just
take
giving
you
up.
in, take you to your room, set you down.
She's a snake the entire time. I hope he picked up my clothes.
Yeah, he did.
That's good.
He tucks you in.
She snores. She automatically snores as a snake. If a snake could snore, she would. Yeah.
Anyways, so kid's gonna go to you, A-Star.
Hi,
Hello.
how's it go?
She's sleeping. She was really tired.
Yeah, I kind of healed for the, but it didn't help.
Yeah. So, what would you like to do until until we continue our adventure?
At least better than you saying the last few hours.
What was that?
At least better than you saying the last few hours together.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on like a great way to say this without you just wanting to cry and not wanting me to cry. Like this is a lot. Like, phew. But I feel like we'll only get stronger from this. Me physically and you and me emotionally.
Me mentally.
Yeah.
I know. I'm overprotective.
No, it's same way. I mean, honestly, I'm glad that giant beast out there. Oh, you haven't seen it. There, don't worry. You will be very well protected. It looks like.
No matter what we do, I want to see you off. Do you understand me?
But of course.
I also want to talk to Sam serious. right before you leave. Just it'll make me feel better.
Of course.
All right.
And the kid's gonna just bring you in for a big hug and kiss as he closes the door on your guys' room, and you guys spend a few hours together, enjoying each other to the last. Okay. So, Kestrel, Auntie, what are you two doing?
Guess was mainly asking about care slash rules for Susie, as well as specifically where they're gonna meet, like once everything's all done.
Um, he's gonna tell you, I have a way of finding you all. Once
Okay.
I know you guys are getting close to the gate, I will show up.
Okay.
So, see you outside the gate when you arrive.
Okay. And in regards to you know, rules for Susie.
Um, I mean, technically she doesn't really have to be maintained really at all, but um, here I'll show you how to deal with this barding, and he's gonna show you how to disconnect the armor and barding from like the carriage straps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just to make sure you got it. Just let her out in the evening or disconnect her. She'll take
Okay.
care of herself.
All right. Fair enough. So once we're taking breaks or at the specifically at the evening, we'll put her out and then we'll reattach her in the morning.
I mean, yes, if that's what you want.
Okay. Anything else?
No. When will the boy be able to head out?
Oh, he needs a couple hours with yeah.
Oh, understandable. Well, just let me know when he's ready.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So, as all that time passes, Kestrel, Auntie, are you guys gonna be doing anything until it's go time?
I don't got
Not really,
anything.
no. Yeah.
Okay, so hours pass. Everyone gathers back at the foyer besides Scales, who's passed the fuck out.
Yeah.
Naturally so.
I imagine she's sleeping for like the next 3 days.
So as everyone gathers in the foyer, the kid looks towards all of you. Takes A-Star by the hand. I guess it's time.
Alright. Promise to let me speak to Demisarius.
Of course, let's go do that now.
Okay.
And he heads out.
Follows.
And there you guys see that Damus Harry's over the few hours has basically packed up his little campsite. It's all in a giant like bundle. Seems you are all ready.
Demisarius,
Yes.
can I talk to you?
But of course.
Gonna move closer to him, but farther away from everyone.
Okay. And he kind of like kneels down a little bit to get like face to face.
Demisarius, you and I are both very religious. You know that part of yourself that holds core, that part of yourself that has become a larger part of yourself than you can even imagine, that you couldn't imagine yourself because it's your soul.
Yes.
I don't know how much they told you, or what they told you. If they told you I'm Damon Clark.
Huh. That's interesting.
I was a Clark to another. I was that cleric to that gold 100.
You breaking up a little bit?
I was a cleric to another demon. I was a cleric to a goddess named Sarah. Yeah.
Okay, I've never heard of her, but
You
Continue.
wouldn't, she's dead.
okay. I think I have an idea of where this conversation's leading. Been through it already today.
No, I
Okay.
need you to know. I'm scared shitless. And I know that you'll watch out for him. But you also mentioned that you're married. That you
Yeah.
have someone you hold in your heart.
Yes.
He's that for me as well. So imagine having both of those things in one person.
And he's just gonna like sigh for a moment. Let me go ahead and look at something. As I look at his shit. He's going to reach into his bag. And he's going to start pulling some stuff out. He says, well, how about this? Instead of focusing on something that you don't need to worry about because the boy will be in my care, why don't you focus more on what you can do for him, cleric of Damon, as he kind of like craves to say his name instead of calling him the boy.
I know. I know it's weird, and honestly, when gals,
just
who
one
you
moment.
know,
And he's gonna reach out and kind of like look towards your hand as like give him your hand.
she'll give him her hand.
And he's going to set a pouch in your hand. And he's gonna close your hand on it. He's like, while he's away, you focus on doing what you need to do. And if this boy is to be your god, you can't be running around looking like that, can you? As he gestures towards the shield that's, you know, not real. And, you know, like your armor, which isn't like the best armor. And, you know, kind of the rest of your stuff. This makes sure that when he returns, you'll be ready for him. And it'll give you something else to focus.
Thank you. I'm serious. I know you'll protect him, but I need my own nerves. I lost one god already. I've lost most of the people I loved in my life. It scares the shit out of me, the thought of.
Then how about this? And he takes a step back from you, and he reaches behind his back, pulls out the maul, and he slams it into the ground. It's loud, and all of you guys, you know, like you guys see this conversation happening kind of like a few feet away. You see it slam, you see arcs of electricity coming off of it. And over the next few minutes, you guys watch as a storm starts to form in the sky.
Wow.
And there you can feel and smell like the burning of ozone in the air. And A-Star standing so close to him, like you feel like all the hair on your body is standing on end like static electricity. It stares at you. By the name of Cord and his champion, I guarantee the boy's safety, or death shall follow.
Yeah.
And as he's speaking, the storm in the clouds like rumbles with thunder matching his voice. As he just swore an oath.
Holy shit. Thank you. I appreciate
Rest
your
at ease
kindness.
and focus on what you need to.
I will.
As he kind of bows, and the storm is still going to be hanging in the air. It's like took a moment or two for it to form, and it's going to take a little bit longer.
Hey, man, so yeah.
But he
And-
kind of nods towards you.
I'd say go easy. But, like, he was
I'm
so
going to make
stunned
sure
with
the boy is prepared.
kicking the
for what
shit
it
out of him today, so I think he wants you to kick the shit out of him.
Well, then I shall definitely. I shall definitely make the boy happy.
Teach him some self-preservation.
But of course,
He doesn't have any.
I think he has more than you think. And he kind of like pats you on your head. And he's gonna walk over to the kid and kind of look at the rest of you. So Susie is under strict instructions to ride out during the day. Just give her a nod when you're ready to leave, and she will begin the path for the day. And in the meantime, as he looks towards the boy, are you prepared for this? And the kid kind of nods. And Amos walks over to him. He's like, grabs him by the back of his toga scruff. He's like, well, until we see you at the gates, we'll be off. And you watch as Damasaries kind of clicks his boots together, and these runes appear on them and kind of light up for a moment. And he looks towards the east, and he jumps. And it's not like 20 feet, 30 feet. He fucking flies like
Wow.
hundreds of feet as poof, just bounds out.
He's
And
Superman
you
feet.
hear hundreds of feet away a loud impact with a slight like Doppler effect of the kid going ah, and boom, boom, and you just hear it's getting further and further away. And after a few, the storm is all but parted, and the silence kind of hits you that you no longer hear the Goliath-like bounding through the field. And there you guys are. Damon Sari's little wagon thingy is still there. Oh wait, no, he didn't have a wagon. I forgot. Never mind.
It was just the tent, I believe.
Just the tent.
I misforgot what he had. Yeah, so there's still like the campfire there, but apart from that, the mysterious stranger that you met, befriended, is gone. All signs of him besides the campfire, and he absconded with him, the boy. As you guys are all standing out there, anything to say? Well, besides you, obviously.
She's just gonna be sitting there, like, looking in amazement. I imagine just hearing Scale. She just goes, Druidcraft, Sunbeam, just to keep her warm as she's still staring to where they just jumped from.
Oh, Scales is inside.
Yeah, you can't reach her. Yeah.
Yeah, Scales is
Alright.
not there.
Yeah.
Alright, fuck that. Sunbeam myself.
Okay.
Girls
Alright,
never got to say goodbye.
How about you guys get in carriage, take your time, and I'll be up top for now, and just keep an eye out.
Come get me. I'll take watch tonight. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, I'll be in Damon's room if you need me.
Okay. As some of you, Auntie, do you have any major plans for the evening? Or any plans for the
Really?
next few hours? Okay. Scales is going to be passed out. I know what A-Star is going to be doing. Probably like ugly crying in the kids' room for a little bit.
Put like cuddling a pillow, like, or just taking one of Vic's extra togas and like putting it over.
Yeah. But as that transpires, Kestrel, you give your nod to Susie, and she begins trucking along the road. It's keeping pace to what the kid could do. So, and unlike the kid, it doesn't have to pretend to strain. So, like, it just starts going off.
Yeah.
And a few hours pass, and around evening time, Kestrel, as you're like looking down the road, off in the way distance, you do see lights and shapes of mass human civilization buildings, tents, you think? It's kind of hard to make out in this area, but you do see motion and you do see structure up ahead as you think you're approaching the crossroads. And as that is happening, we're going to go ahead and end it there. As
GG.
the party has arrived to the crossroads.
Yay!
Whoa.
One party member down, but you gained a Susie.
I mean, Susie is a good
We've-
trade.
Yes.
So
It is
we
a
finally,
woolly rhinoceros with plate mail barding.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
so we finally made it out of Falkreath.
Kind of, yeah. To be fair, you guys like basically had a side quest to like the end zone. Like
I know, right?
you started the campaign, and the media was like, "Nah, fuck this. We're gonna do the Dawn Guard."
Question,
I mean, who
Damon.
doesn't play like that?
Did I
Yes.
level up from, Damus Aries?
No.
Oh, worth a try. Worth a try. It's happened before. I can always try again.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're
Did-
sorry. Damon Series fuck is not worth that much experience.
I mean, it's pretty
Oh,
good
I love it.
experience.
I mean, not 1400. Okay.
Did I
but
get
go ahead
any
and
XP?
go ahead and end it.
Okay. Babies.